You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Hey y'all, happy hump day. How y'all doing? Come on in, get the likes up on the video. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. If you would like to hump, I hope you hump. Happy hump day, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Morning Joce. This is your host, not your hoe, your host, Voodoo Doll TV, and welcome on in to everybody who's in the building. Y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. Make sure y'all share the video, whatever it is you need to do. Get the likes up on the video. I miss you guys. I hope y'all are doing well today. It's a little gloomy, but kind of sunny where I'm at. So hopefully y'all get more sun than me. Let me just say this. Shout out, hey, Ange from Houston, Texas. Let me just say this. We know they manipulating the weather. I believe that when they put them little trails in the sky, it's more than just the chemtrails. I think it's weather that they putting up there. I really believe that. I really believe when them planes be flying and they be leaving them trails of smoke, I think that's weather. I think it's multiple things, but one of the things is the weather. Because I find it funny. I find it odd, that every time I see those planes, maybe a day or so later, here come the rain. Does that make sense? Or you see the planes and then a day or so later, it get gloomy. Am I the only one that have paid attention to that? Put a 3 in the chat. It's more than just the chemtrails. It's really the planes giving us the weather. I believe it. I can't prove it, but I definitely believe that's what it is, because it's almost like if we get too much sun, here come the planes, and then here come the rain, or here come the gloom, or here come, you know what I'm saying? And let me tell you why this happens, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This happens because the enemy knows that we're awakening. And the part of that awakening is direct contact with what? The sun. So what are they going to do to make sure, that it impedes, or they impede our progress of the awakening? Block the sun. Does that make sense? Yeah, the clouds be fake. The winds, a lot of the wind be manufactured too. All of that stuff. They literally, and they've been doing this for 100 years. Let's be clear. I don't want y'all to think they just started doing this. They've been manipulating the weather for over 100 years in real time. However, it's more prevalent now because of the awakening. And that's why we in May and we still fighting for a day over 80 degrees in Georgia. I've been living in Georgia since 2016, baby. Let me tell you something. By this time in May, it's normally 100 degrees out here. Any given day in May in the state of Georgia, it's normally 95, 90 at the very least. We normally in here sweating inside. But here it is May, and we could barely crack 75. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, y'all, be mindful and cognizant of that when y'all be seeing them planes. And I also believe that they make sure they fly them planes where the chosen ones are, so that they won't get the contact to the Most High and to the sun. But at the end of the day, nothing is going to override the Most High. So we just got to stay prayed up, ground, meditate, you know what I'm saying? And just leave it at that. Yeah, something is definitely wrong, Carmen. Something is definitely wrong. But anyways, outside of that, I hope y'all are doing well. Y'all, it's Wednesday. I don't have a lot on the docket today, but I did want to talk about a few things, but I forgot what it was I wanted to come on here and talk about. What I want to come on here and tell y'all. The weather was one of those things, so we'll get into that. Ground, meditate, and pray. Let's get into the morning announcements. It'll come back to me whenever Oh, that's what I want to tell y'all. Doctors. So I went to the doctor again today because I go get checkups, but I don't go get the frivolous checkups by no means of the stretch of the imaginations. I go get checkups on the important stuff, my vagina, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature, you know. But ultimately, when I went in there, The lady was hollering about, oh, do you want to do a full workup? I said, a full workup? Oh, yay. We don't have one on file for you, but we could do your full workup. We gonna check your A1C, check to see if you got diabetes, check to see if you got heart disease and this, that, and the third. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, why would I go in and check for something that I don't feel I have? But I didn't say that to her. So she was like, but we could get a full workup done for you. And I was like, no, thank you. And she's like, excuse me? Yeah, no, thank you. So you don't want to get it? No, I don't. And let me tell y'all why I decline. I'm not giving y'all no medical information. I'm not no doctor. So please don't come over here telling nobody that I gave y'all medical information or medical advice. I'm telling you what I did for me. Okay. What I did for me was I declined it because what I have found is a lot of those people who go in for those random tests come out with shit they didn't have before they went in there. Does that make sense? So you healthy, perfectly fine. Then you go get a mammogram. Boom, you got cancer. You see what I'm saying? I've seen it happen over and over and over and over. And they will redirect the thing and be like, oh no, it's because we found the cancer. See, you lucky you came in and saw us. Because see, we went and found the cancer. And now that we found it, we can help you. That's not what's happening, y'all. That is not what's happening. I don't believe that's what's happening. I believe when we go in for these random tests and these randomness, they giving us this shit. And a lot of the stuff that we getting, we don't really have. They treating us as if we do have it, diagnosing us and then killing us later on. Also, they do a lot of experimentation on our elders. If y'all have elders in your family, please make sure you are going to the doctors with your elders. They love doing experiments on elders, all kind of machines, all kind of, oh, let's implant this to see what this gonna do and do this to see what that gonna do. I told y'all many, many times before, the enemy literally come over here to work on you because you are a god. That's why most of y'all doctors are foreigners. Any given hospital, the mass majority of the people are foreigners. It's not because America has the best medical system, and that is the case. But that's not why. Everybody want to come in here to get a chance to work on a god. You. And they doing all kind of experiments. They doing all kind of everything. Giving us diseases, creating diseases, making them up. So for that, I don't want no parts of all that extra stuff. And I know they got people who are very well educated and people who love being indoctrinated by the system that will tell me, oh, you crazy. You need to go get a mammogram. Why would I go let them smash my titties? Why? What in the grand scheme of things, in the logical sense of what we talking about, why would I go lay down and let them people smash my titties together? If I didn't have a lump, I'm gonna have one after they smash them. Think about it, y'all. If you didn't have a lump when you walked in there, what you think gonna happen when they smash your titties to your chest? I'm saying that to say this. I'm not giving y'all medical advice. I'm just telling y'all what I did for me. You see what I'm saying? And what I did for me is decline all that extraness because I understand what the enemy is actually doing here. And what they are doing is killing us slowly and experimenting on us. Y'all thought that the Tuskegee thing was just a thing and it went away. It never went away. They don't delete nothing. They just change it, rename it, and make you take it and make you accept it. That's it. So with that being said, I'm going to be honest. Like I said, I ain't telling y'all what to do, but for me, all that extra frivolous, no, absolutely not. Now, if I get sick and something wrong, I'll come see you. And I know a lot of people swear to God about a doctor, and I get it. Maybe for your situation, it worked for you. I'm telling you, for me, I don't like hospitals. I don't want to go lay up and be nobody's damn pet operator. I don't want to go in no hospital with no white man with no long white coat or no Arab or no Asian or some clear woman just so happy to touch a nigga. I don't want that. I'm good on that. Bitch, I'd rather wake up dead. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'd rather wake up dead. I ain't even gonna lie. Than to live any portion of my life under these people's experimentation. I got a grandmother who's 85. They doing the same thing with her, trying to experiment. Oh, well, let's go see if we can find this. And no. Again, I ain't telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I did. But anyways, be mindful of that, y'all. Be mindful of that. T. Hames said, let them monitor what? What you said? Let them monitor your what? I think T. Hames might be a nurse, huh? Here you go. Let them smash your breast tissue to get baseline tests and take responsibility for monitoring your health. Preventative medicine saves our lives. Okay, I guess. To each his own. Like I said, I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm not no doctor. If you believe that preventative care is the best for you, then by God, have your preventative care. I'm telling you what I believe is best for me. And what I believe is best for me is staying up out them people's science projects. You see what I'm saying? That's what I believe is best for me. You know, I don't know about nobody else, but I don't want to be nobody's experiment. I'm good. If I feel good and I look good, then I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Take the test is what she's saying. I think that's what she's saying. I'm good though. You go take it. How about it? You keep going to take it. I bet I tell you what, about the third test, I bet you they're gonna tell you got cancer if they ain't told you already. And also, mark my word, there's going to be a mass situation. I don't know if it's going to be a lawsuit, or I don't know if it's going to be just mass hysteria, but it is going to be exposed that the government has been lying about all these cancer patients. It's coming. It is going to be exposed how these hospitals killed thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people with fake diagnoses, and cancer and HIV gonna be the top two. Watch. I put my neck on the chopping board. When they come out, all you medical professionals hollering, oh no, just go take the test. I want to see y'all face. I love to see your face. Watch when it come out that that so many people were misdiagnosed. If not misdiagnosed, they were not having cancer at all, and they were treating them people fucked up. I put my neck on the chopping board. That's happening. Watch. HIV and cancer, the two major ones. Watch it. Oh, fibroids too. But for sure, the top two for men and women. HIV and cancer. Watch when y'all find out how many people died from chemo that never had cancer. Watch when y'all find out how many of your loved ones died from cancer and never even had the cancer, or was misdiagnosed. Or, oh, we thought it was stage 5, but it really wasn't stage 5. It was really stage 1. So technically she didn't have to get the chemo. But since we sent her to the chemo killed her. We sorry. My bad. Watch. Y'all go get your titties smashed. I'm good, love. Enjoy. Now let's move on, y'all. Get the likes up on the video. First of all, let's get on with these morning announcements. Morning announcements are as follow. Black America medically, please ground. Even when you go to the hospital, my daddy just came out the hospital in the last year, and one of the things they told him as far as remedies for when he get home was ground. Okay? Grounding has very spiritual, physical, and mental advantages for you. Okay? So please, Black America, if you don't do nothing else, especially if you're going through any kind of sicknesses, illness, and I don't mean just physical, I mean mental, spiritually, emotionally, it does not matter. If you're going through anything, grounding is going to help you. Okay? I can only lead a horse. Oh, girl. My bad. I had the music playing. Take this crap off. Grounding is only going to grounding is only going to help that 111. Grounding is only going to help you if you go and do it. Like I said, you don't have to listen to me, but the doctors that y'all love and trust, they even tell you to go out there and ground, okay? So please, go ground, meditate, and pray. Get in touch with the Most High God. This is spiritual warfare, y'all. We are in heavy spiritual warfare. Please, meditate, ground, and get in touch with the Most High God. Also, genealogy is the key to freedom. Genealogy is the key to your identity, which is going to lead to all freedom leading after that. So please, Black America, do your genealogy. If you don't do nothing else, do your genealogy. Let me just say this. I went to check my P.O. box today. First of all, Southern Louisiana Cooking with Kay. I love your gifts. I have them, but even more than the gifts, the card that you sent me literally had me bawling in tears today. Southern Louisiana Cooking with Kay. I don't know if you are in here, but when I tell y'all, the things are good, the likes, the comments, they're good, but it's sometimes the feedback that I get back from y'all that really helps me to know that I'm doing the right thing. So Southern Louisiana Cooking with Kay, and not just to her, but everybody, but specifically to you, because I read your card, I cried, I adore you, and I thank you so much for even being a part of this. Whatever this is, I thank you for even being a part of it. And I thank you for thinking of me to send me anything. So I got your gifts. I got your acorn candle. Your acorn stuff and all that stuff. I definitely appreciate it. And I definitely want you to know, if you ever get to see this Southern Louisiana Cooking with Kay, if you ever see this, that those words, every single letter you wrote, it touched, it hit. Every single letter you wrote hit. It literally had me in a fetal position, almost crying this morning. So please, thank you to Southern Louisiana Cooking with Kay. Also, Q Bling, is that the name of the place? Sent me some earrings. I was going to put a pair of them on today, but it didn't match my shirt. Tomorrow I will find another shirt so it can match the earrings. The earrings are beautiful. I definitely appreciate you. And also, Miss Parker, thank you so much, Miss Parker, for my gift bag. You know, Miss Parker has some body butters and some shampoos and lotions and stuff that she's selling. She just started her business. I can't remember the name of it, and I don't have the box in front of me, but Miss Parker is selling her thing. So Miss Parker sent me something, and I want to appreciate you and say that I appreciate you for sending me that, because you didn't have to do that. So shout out to any and everybody who sends me anything, even if it's not through the P.O. box. Just being here every morning, coming in and tapping on this video is enough for me, and I'm definitely more than anything appreciative of you all. So shout out to everybody in the building, okay? All right, Ange. Ange said replay gang just got in from work. Get you some rest, Ange. Dimple Poppin', thank you so much for the super chat. Says, haven't heard the dogs lately. Did the neighbors finally move? Sheesh, I don't know. They was outside yesterday, though. They ain't moved. Them heifers was outside yesterday. They must have brought them inside, or they must be taking a nap or something. They over there. Girl, it's about 8 German shepherds. I want to throw a pack of poison bologna over the gate so bad. When I tell you, I be worn out sometimes, and not all the times, because I love dogs. So let's be clear. But it was a cut, especially when Saint got popped, especially when my dog got killed. Oh, girl, please. I thought about going to get my pistol and popping one of them. I ain't even going to lie. I thought about going to get my pistol. Yes, I did, because I got a couple of them. I thought about going upstairs and getting my blicky and popping up about 2 or 3 of them upside the head. I ain't even going to hold you. That's how mad I was. But then again, I thank God I ain't do that, because I'd probably be in prison, okay? I thank God I ain't doing that. They still over there, and plus they dogs. Like, you know what I'm saying? What I'm going to do? They dogs. They being dogs. Like, you know, I can't even get mad because of a dog being a dog. How Saint died, girl, let me tell you how Saint died. Me and Saint normally sit in the garage, but Saint has this leash that goes real long all the way out, damn near out to like the street. But typically when I first come outside, Saint will just jet outside before me. So this day he jetted outside, but he came back in and we were sitting in the garage, and I don't know what I was doing, but Saint just got up and took off and ran next door. And whatever I was doing, it had me busy enough to say, come back, Saint, but I didn't physically get up. And girl, I swear to God, this is how I know I'm in tune. 60 seconds later, something, it was like a big gulp in my throat. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. It's just 60 seconds later, this big old gulp came in my throat. There you go. Yeah, I was taking in the groceries. And when I came back out, I ain't gonna lie. And you know what made me mad? What made me most upset the most, and I don't want to cry? The neighbor brought Saint to me and was like, I'm sorry. What? What you mean you sorry? What happened? I don't know. He just got out. That's what made me want to go upstairs and get my blicky because it's already loaded in one in the clip. The safety is on. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me want to go upstairs, right? Go get the blicky, come downstairs and just let a few of them off. And I'm a great shot. So I know I would have got them. You see what I'm saying? But ultimately, I thank God. I thank the Most High God that I didn't do that because that did pop in my head. I thank God I didn't do that because I would be in jail right now. I would be in jail right now, but I'm telling you now, it popped in my head like this. And I ain't gonna lie. The thought after the thought was do it. The thought after the thought was go get your shit and then, yeah. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You feel what I'm saying? That was the original thought. But ultimately, I'm glad I didn't do it like I said. But now they still over there. They was out there this morning, child. They was out there this morning. Man, I did all of that. Man, listen, y'all don't know how bad last year was for me. And I came on this thing and did the morning jokes every day, Monday through Friday. From July to December was hell for me. I just don't talk to y'all about it. It was absolute My daddy was in the hospital. It was hell. It was just, I'm just glad I came through it. I'm just glad I'm here. And I'm glad I was able to do the Joce every damn day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a lot. But thank you so much, Dimple Poppin'. They still there. I don't even want to cry. Let me move on. Because every time I think about saying I get mad and then I get sad, you know? Dorian Span, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hello, Vu and dolls. Loving you from Philly. Love you, Boo. Thank you, Dorian Span. And shout out to Philly. I love y'all, man. You know, Philly, my little cousins. New York and Philly, y'all my little cousins. That's why I be fucking with y'all like that. Because y'all like my little cousins on my daddy's side, though. Daddy's side, not the mama side. Daddy's side. Even in real life, my mama side of the family crazier than my daddy's side in real life. So technically, y'all would be my cousins on my mama side. You see what I'm saying? Because see, my mama side of the family have the Philly people and the New York people. So technically, Philly would be my cousins on the mama side. So shout out to Philly and New York. I love y'all down. And Chicago is my first cousin on my, Chicago is my half sister. Yeah, Chicago is my half sister. We got the same mama, but different daddies. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, Chicago and us, we grew up together. We love each other. We distant. Every time we see each other, it's like nothing ever, you know what I'm saying? We pick up like nothing, you know, like we left off and we back good. You know what I'm saying? Chicago can call me, come on down. I can call Chicago, come on up. We sisters, same mama, different daddy. Yeah, same mama, different daddy. That's me in Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. I love all my Black Americans from all over America. I love y'all most. Thank you, Grime. How do you say your name? Glenn Berlinis. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Trey, what's up, boo? Thank you so much for being a member for 20 months. Says, I believe the HIV cancer theory, it'll be exposed. They genocide our folks. That's what they did during COVID. Unfortunately, they got my mama in 2020. You know how many of our people died in 2020 from that fake ass COVID? Hell, allegedly, the ventilators killed most of the people. Put a 3 in the chat. Were y'all there during 2020, 2021? It seemed like any and everybody who got on that damn ventilator, once you got diagnosed with COVID, if they put you on that ventilator, it was hasta la vista. Anybody who went on that ventilator did not make it. I'm telling you, I say 9 out of 10 of them didn't make it. 9 out of 10 did not make it. And they gonna swear to God it was the COVID, but I'm telling y'all that wasn't what it was. I'm telling y'all, and you know what's crazy? Because people have beat COVID, they don't see that this is possible. But I'm telling you what I know. I almost lost my whole career behind COVID, man. I went up against a whole system behind COVID, me by myself. Man, watch out. I did all the research on that. We're not even going to get on how many people died falsely over COVID. That's a whole other thing. Yay, man, they been popping us. Watch when y'all find out about that HIV and cancer. Watch. And the mask. Yup, the mask was it too. Wearing the mask, not getting the proper air in. We have to breathe in air, fresh air to kind of, I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but from what I understand, we have to breathe it in for bacteria and all that stuff. And then we over here breathing in cloth diapers from the beauty store, calling them masks. Don't get me started now. Oh yeah, that COVID popped a lot of us. Let me tell you something. My uncle, I never forget. My uncle suffered bad during COVID with asthma. And I think he had a couple of heart issues or whatever. And obviously he was obese. My uncle got diagnosed with cancer. COVID, I'm sorry, during 2021, I want to say it was. And he went to the hospital and them people was about to put him on that ventilator. He begged the doctor, please, ma'am, if I'm going to die, just let me go home. Do you know that when my uncle left and went home, he actually lived? But I believe in my heart, had he stayed in that hospital and got on that ventilator, he would be dead. Dead as a doornail. Do you hear me? It was because my uncle begged the doctor, and the doctor even told him, I could get in trouble for even letting you go home. Because technically, once we get the diagnosis, you're supposed to stay here. But what happened was they were already short on beds. They already were short staffed. And the doctor, and probably by the grace of the ancestors and God, the doctor was like, all right, I'm going to let you go home and send you home with a few things. But I swear to God, I know if my uncle would have stayed in there and got on that ventilator, he would have been out of here. You can't tell me otherwise. With asthma and heart issues, the moment that he put that mask on his face, he'd have been hasta la vista up out of here. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, nigga can't argue with me about COVID. Nigga, I got the data, statistics. I went up against the whole system. I know we could tongue wrestle about cancer and HIV because I don't have all that numbers. But COVID, a nigga can't mess with me on that. Nigga can't mess with me on that. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that COVID. Hello? But yeah, that's gonna come up too. Watch when it come out. It's gonna come out when it's too late. Oh, and by the way, I want everybody to know if you took the shot and or any of that stuff, you cannot sue. And they told y'all that before y'all did it. So I don't want nobody on here. I didn't know. They told y'all when y'all got them shots that you cannot sue pharmaceutical companies. And because y'all was so scared of dying, y'all went and rolled up y'all sleeves. So I'm just telling y'all what it is. I'm just telling y'all. Watch. Mark my word. The popular loner since 92, thank you so much for the super chat, says these people will do everything except take the toxic chemicals out of the products, and that causes the C word. Well, you got to understand, and thank you so much, the popular loner. That's how it makes the money in the sense. You got to think about it. The hospital is a facade. The courtroom is a facade. All of these systems are not what you think they are. Even though they might do what you think they do, that's not why they're there. The hospital is not, none of this is what you think it is. We're in the Matrix. Y'all got to go back and watch the movie. We're in the Matrix. Let me tell you something. The reason why they will never take the toxic chemicals out of the food and the products is because the products and the food is what feed us to the hospitals. The product and the food is what feed us to the jailhouse. The product and the food is what feed us to the cemetery. Does that make sense? So they would never, it makes all the sense in the world. We could just end all this today and say, you know what? Stop putting toxic chemicals in the food and everybody will be good. But it will make too much sense to us and none to them because now we're impeding on their pocketbooks. So they're going to continue to poison the food. I'm sorry. They're going to continue to poison the food. They're going to continue to poison the food, the liquor, the water. You can't, in 2026, you can't even say I'm safe because I don't drink liquor. You can't even say I'm safe because I don't smoke weed. Because if you drink water, you dead. And I don't mean that literally, but does that make sense? If you brush your teeth, you screwed. If you eat bread, if you eat fruit, there's nothing you can do to escape this matrix right now. And in the future, they will be. But right now, no, you're done. So we all screwed in some level. You know, it's just a matter of picking the poison and figuring it out. But I'm telling you now, they're not going to take that out. It makes too much sense because if we stop feeding the people poisonous food, then how are we going to fill up the hospitals? Yep, the clothes we wear. If we stop feeding the people the poisonous foods, how are we going to get people in the hospital? We need them to have cancer. We need them to have high blood pressure. And let me say this, one more thing about the high blood pressure. Thank you, boo. Black Americans have been misdiagnosed with high blood pressure since the beginning of time. Our blood pressure is not the same of those Neanderthals. They are not us and we are not them. Yet and still, the blood pressure standard for us is theirs. That's a huge problem. And not only is a problem medically, it's also a way for them to continuously make money. Because the moment you go above the number that really is not your number, what do? Oh, we got to put you on high blood pressure medicine. Now you're stuck on blood pressure medicine for the rest of your life. Somebody out there make it make sense. Once you get on it, very few people can wean themselves off of it. But once you get on it, you're done. The blood pressure standard that they give to Black Americans is not the right blood pressure standard. They trying to put us on the standard of that Neanderthal. That's their standard. They are the subhuman. But they tell us we got to meet their number. If we go over their number, then we sick. When the fact of the matter is, most of us are over their number because we're not the same. Does that make sense? I hope I'm talking to somebody out here. I sure hope I'm talking to somebody out here. I'm telling you now, the poison is everywhere. You cannot beat it. It's everywhere. Yeah. You just got to pray about it. You just got to ground, meditate, and pray to get up out the matrix. That's it. You know? Peaches Royale, thank you for the super chat. Says, will you have me in stitches? I'm at work during the day and can listen more than chat in the comments, but you are funny. You are a key. It says, it was the wheelchair gift for me last night, forever saying. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, I thought about that this morning. I really did. I got 300 to do it. But now that hoe done synced it, she might not take it. So for y'all don't know, we were doing a live last night at the Dollhouse. For y'all who don't know, we did a live last night at the Dollhouse, and we were talking about how Krishan cosplays for the internet and like to make it seem like she really loved her son. And we were talking about how she moved him from the smaller stroller to a bigger stroller. And I said the next thing is going to be the wheelchair. Right. And then I said, what I should do is go get a wheelchair and box it up real nice and send it to a P.O. box so she can unopen it up on Instagram and let the people see it. I said that hoe will die. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I should. But that hoe ain't going to do it because she be watching me. She going to know it's from me. She be watching me. Thank you, Peaches Royale. And the popular loner since 92. Thank you for the super chat. Says these people would do everything. I think I said that one. Thank you so much for the super chat. Revelations of Humankind. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, love you, cousin. It's Diamond from Baton Rouge. Love you, cousin. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you, beautiful. And we got to get into the show. Rapping Radiant. Hey, boo. Thank you so much for being a member for 22 months. I appreciate you. Says, my mama and son took that vax because of his work and her church. They now have health issues they didn't have before. So I know they trying to kill us. Absolutely. I got a cousin who's an RN and been an RN for, I'm 43. My cousin been an RN at least 25 years. And they made her take it because of the hospital she was working at. And she been having A1C problems ever since. Was perfectly fine. Young woman. She ain't old neither. My cousin, I'm 43. My cousin got to be about 50, 51. Never had no problems with nothing. Soon as she take the wax, now she back and forth to the hospital, worry about her A1C. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Rapping Radiant. I'm telling niggas can't argue with me about that. The COVID, we can argue about everything else, but the COVID, niggas can't argue with me. I got too much research on that. Too much. I got years of research on COVID. Niggas can't argue with me about that. Mm-hmm. They said the church was a bigger pusher of the jab. Hello, the church is the politics. I told y'all these pastors are not your friend. I don't know. I told y'all these pastors are here to misguide you and to lead you to the slaughter. I'm telling you. Thank you, Rapping Radiant, for the super chat. Says, hey, Vu, you're right about the blood pressure med because I've been on it since I moved from Philly to Ohio over 20 years ago. Hello. I've been trying to get off of it ever since. You know what, Rapping Radiant? If you go outside and start grounding and meditating and praying, I guarantee you can get off of it. I've seen people get off of blood pressure medicine. I've seen it. And I don't think they did it through grounding, meditation, and prayer. I don't know. I hadn't asked them. But I have seen people wing themselves off of blood pressure medicine. I think it's your diet. I think if you make if you make a lifestyle change with the things you intake and not just your food, I'm talking about the things you drink, all of that stuff, I think it could help. But I'm not no doctor. I'm not no doctor. I'm not no doctor. So please, 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 I'm not giving you no medical advice. But I would say, if I were you, I would ground it. Fasting. Yes, yes, yes. Fasting. Oh my God. Black America, the worst thing we could have been doing is eating 3 meals a day. I know it because I lived it. Eating 3 meals a day, snacking all day, fast. Every day, y'all should be taking intermittent fasting. If you don't do it daily, every 6 months or every so often, just fast. You have to fast. I'm on a fast right now. You have to fast. And it's not just food, y'all. It's not just food. You got to fast from anything you overindulging in, okay? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, TV, liquor, weed, partying, hoes, whatever your vice is, you need to fall, really back a little bit. And I swear to God, let me say this. The first day is always the hardest. Yesterday was my first day. And it's not really the hardest. It's just your mind be playing tricks on you. Like, ooh, girl. Like normally when I get off alive, I normally go smoke, right? So yesterday when I got off alive, normally my body was telling me, all right, girl, it's time to go smoke. But then I was like, no, we're not smoking today. You know what I'm saying? And so now my mind started playing tricks on me. Ooh, girl, you know I'm gonna be done smoke. Da, da, da. And now I'm going back and forth in my own head about if I should go outside and roll up or not. You feel what I'm saying? But I got through day one. It's really a wrestle between you and yourself. Fasting is the best thing you could do, Black America. Fast. 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 I swear to God. And I mean every day if you can. Meaning stop eating all day. And stop eating before you go to bed. Take at least the first 6 hours prior to bedtime or 6 hours after you get up to not eat nothing. Does that make sense? 6 hours prior to go to the bed, don't eat nothing. Or 6 hours or 6 hours after you get up, don't eat nothing. Give your body time to process all that crap you done put in it, and then go put some more crap in it. And that's also how you lose weight. That's how I lost my weight. I ain't worked out an every bit. I literally dropped, I want to say about 40-something pounds in like, 2-3 months. Easy. I ain't even realized. I just woke up one day and felt like I was skinny and was like, holy shit, fasting. Hey, you know who else told y'all that? My little cousin Finesse. Finesse told y'all that. He said all that dodash. Remember, he was like, stop all that dodashing. That's what he was saying. In so many words, because he didn't know the correct vocabulary to use. All he was saying is start fasting. That's all he said. When he said stop dodashing all day, getting up, hollering about dodash. No, all he's saying is start fasting and stop eating all day. That's it. I'm telling you. Anyways, thank you, Gemini 504 for the super chat. Says Food and Drug Association never sat right with me. Hello. And that's the FDA. Food and Drug Association. Food and Drug Association. That's the name of the FDA. That's the people in charge of our food. Okay. Be mindful of that. Now let's get into the show, y'all, because I think I done joked a lot at the beginning of this, but we don't have a lot to talk about. Let's talk about what we got today. We got to discuss Tasha K. I told y'all last night, if y'all was on the live at the dollhouse, we spoke about this last night. I told y'all Cardi B was taking Tasha back to court, and sure as I got a nose on my face, that's exactly what she do. Okay. So she's taking Cardi back to court. Cardi is taking Tasha K back to court, and she wants to sanction her for violating a court order. We're gonna get into that. Rhianna, she was spotted yelling and screaming, not yelling and screaming, but being a bitch to ASAP Rocky. We're gonna discuss that. Finesse 2 times, my little cousin, in the 360 deal. We're gonna discuss his 360 deal, and we're gonna discuss why you YouTubers gonna be signing them too, if you haven't already. We also got to get cruise breakout. So I guess a cruise ship went out in the middle of the ocean. Now they got to break out, let them stay out there. We got to get into why the celebrities want to boycott the Met Gala because of Jeff Bezos. And then the slave trade illusion. The slave trade illusion. We got to get into that. So y'all come on in and get the likes up on the video. Let's get into a few teams. Okay. I hope y'all are doing well though. It is, It is Wednesday, and I really do hope and pray all is well. You know what I'm saying? And welcome to the Morning Joce, y'all. You know, like I said, the purpose of me doing the Morning Joce is to help y'all pass y'all time, and I really hope I'm doing that. Hold on, before we get into my little cousin. Ooh, we got one. Update. Remember we were talking about Chef Marilyn? And remember I told y'all I was hopping off the train? Well, it turns out Chef Marilyn got a restaurant back. She got a restaurant back, and she came on to thank everybody who supported her. Let's get into it. And they say she's going to have a community appreciation celebration May 17th in the park, 2 to 8. This must be in LA or somewhere, huh? Let's get into it.
Day 13. I have to wear a mask in there. They left it so nasty. And I'm out to help and support. That was out with the signs, that was out in the street, that helped me. Thank you, Billy Hood News, for making sure that we got everything out, and everybody else, social medias that have helped me. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And it's going to be a minute before I can open, because the way they left this place is, I can't believe it.
Today was a good day. After being locked out for 2 weeks, Chef Marilyn is finally returning home.
Oh my God.
Look how them people left that place. The smell was unbearable. Girl.
Her food and supply spoiled while she was out. So there's still a tough road ahead, but she's back inside.
And they came to help. This is horrible.
28 years at this location. 38 years feeding Los Angeles. The community showed up for her while she was locked out. Donated, shared her story, and we all prayed for her.
Yes. Let me say this. The reason why I know, first I already knew it, but how I know that those girls were there to steal from that lady is how fast that lady was able to get her business back. And these supposed to be attorneys. This is why I tell Black America, stop falling for these labels. Stop looking at people in the label that they carry and assuming that there should be a level of trust there. Because these are young attorneys who literally went in to steal this lady's business. They posed as if they were helping her, but they were not. They were literally there to steal her business. Shout out to whoever helped her get it back. I did whatever I could in spreading the news. But let me just say this. Y'all got to be mindful. Sometimes the skin folk and the kin folk will be the one to screw you over too. I know that lady I know them people was in the wrong because she got her stuff back too fast. Okay? That tells me everything I need to know about those young girls. And I need that for Black America to start using your discernment, because just because it seems like it's right on paper don't mean it's right. We deal with that with police all the time. Even though it's right on paper don't mean morally it's okay. They came in, took advantage of a lady who needed financial help, and they did that to steal her business. I've been saying this since I saw this. That was the whole purpose when they came in. They never came to help that lady. Not one of those girls had an inkling to help her. It was always to come in, and what they thought, that they didn't even think the thing through. They thought all they have to do, swindle her out of the business and just push her out and just business as usual. But that don't go like that. You see what I'm saying? Because she runs a restaurant. First of all, her essence, her being there is a major part of the restaurant, number one. Number two, y'all ain't never ran no restaurant. How the hell y'all know what to do? And obviously you don't. The lady out there putting out terrible food and bad food. I'm saying all that to say, listen, I'm glad the lady got her stuff back. I'm glad she back in her place. I know it's going to take her a little minute. If y'all in LA and y'all want to pull up on the lady for her celebration, go pull up on her. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like these type of situations could happen to anybody. It really could. It absolutely could. You got two young people posing as an attorney or posing as attorneys to this elderly woman who been in business, probably a mom and pops, before they even had to report the stuff to the damn state all the way. You see what I'm saying? So I really believe like We got to be mindful of this. Anybody could get got because these people are scammers. That's what they do, okay? That's what they do. They scam. And I know, I don't know people like that, but I know the MO. They literally go around looking for people who need help. They're going to pose like, oh yeah, we'll help you. Let us come in and do this, that, and the third. And the next thing you know, boom, you're done. You out of there. And let me say this. This nigga going to be in jail in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He'll be locked up soon. This is Adrian Broner. He's probably a drunk, a goddamn alcoholic, a drug addict, and he loves clear women. And he loves being very aggressive to clear women. When this drunk, fat, funky fuck get locked up, I don't want nobody over here crying and hiding and screaming. I don't want nobody over here using the race card. I don't want nobody over here saying they only doing that because he a black man. Take your ugly ass on. He belong in prison. You hear me? Prison. Never come home. He need at least 10. At least 10. So when this nigga get locked up, I wish I see every nigga come on this internet hiding about some black versus white and oh, they just trying to hate on the brother and look at what the enemy do. I'm going to be popping you niggas upside the head. He need to go to jail like yesterday. Yesterday. He need to be in jail. Yup, trying to go viral. Gonna land his duck ass right in jail. This is Adrian Broner. It says he was once viewed as the boxing's future superstar, winning world titles in 4 weight classes and gaining major attention in his early career. He combined sharp counterpunching, solid defense, and confidence with a flashy personality that made him highly marketable. Fighting under major promotions and headlining big cards, Broner had both the skill and visibility to become one of the faces of the sport. Hold on. The turning point came as he stepped up in competition. His 2013 loss to Marcos Medina exposed key weaknesses. Difficulty handling pressure, lower punch output, and struggles when forced out of his preferred rhythm. While he remained competitive in later fights, losses to top-level opponents and lack of clear adjustments began to stall his momentum. Instead of evolving, his style stayed relatively static, which made it harder to succeed against elite fighters. Outside the ring, issues compounded the decline. Legal troubles, financial problems, and inconsistent discipline affected both his activity and preparation. Long layoffs between fights made it difficult to build consistency, and his focus often appeared split between boxing and outside distractions. These factors gradually shifted public perception from a rising star to a fighter who wasn't maximizing his potential. Over time, Broner's career became defined by inconsistency rather than dominance. While he still possesses skill and name recognition, the gap between his early promise and his results became more noticeable. His trajectory reflects how talent alone isn't enough for the highest level of adaptation. Discipline and consistency are just as critical in sustaining long-term success in boxing. Again, he's going to prison. Okay, it's not up for debate. When he goes, I don't want to hear no nigga opening up your mouth. And if a nigga do open up their mouth, I'ma know why. This alone should get him locked up. You don't grab on nobody's face and go to kissing on them. Yeah, in the 90s you could have, not in 2026. This is textbook sexual assault. If y'all want to know what sexual assault look like, take a look at the video. That's what this is. Textbook sexual assault. Oh! He'll be locked up soon. He be locked up soon. Let me show you this other video I got of him. Hold on. He be locked up real soon. Let me show y'all this other video I got of him. Here you go. Yeah. When I tell you a nigga better not open their mouth, a nigga better not open their mouth. Look at this fool. Now he get mad at the girl and tell her to get out because I guess they made a bet and she didn't want to pay him the $500. Look.
Send me my 500.
Yeah, she said
Hey, she gotta go, gang.
No,
I'm dead. I'm not playing, gang.
she good.
I'm about to get disrespectful, bro. I'm about to get disrespectful,
Hey,
man.
hold on, Joe. You're not
I'm not. Hey, bro.
They trying to clip you, guys.
Hey, look, bro. Stop touching me, bro.
Nigga trying to clip you, guys.
Stop touching me.
Nigga trying to clip you, nigga.
I don't give a fuck about getting clipped,
nigga.
bro.
Chill out, nigga. I'll say you the 500.
Nah, nigga.
Nigga.
Nah, nigga. Hey, see my 500, nigga.
Stop pressing her though, gang. Just chill, bro.
I don't give a fuck who it is, nigga. I don't play about money, nigga. I got 10 kids, nigga. Send me 500, nigga. Send my 500.
Hey, B, this is not a good look, gang. What's it?
No, I'm gonna say you.
Yeah.
It's not no big
No,
deal.
no,
Yeah. Damn right.
Come
You
on,
shouldn't have
bro.
bet it. You shouldn't have bet it, nigga.
Chill, bro.
Send my money, nigga.
Chill out, bro.
Nah, ain't no chill out, nigga.
This ain't even a good like.
Nah, nigga, I don't play about when I bet, nigga. Nigga, I lose my life over this shit, nigga.
Cause
You know what I am to gambling, nigga? Nigga, man, fuck her. And fuck you, nigga.
chill out, bro. What
Nigga.
is you on, gang?
Nah, nigga, nah. Cause y'all really don't know I'm a gangster. Hey,
That's
send my
cool. You
money.
can be a gangster, nigga, but keep it playing. Nigga, it's 500. I'll pay you, nigga.
Nigga, well, send me the
It ain't
500.
shit,
then.
nigga.
Send me the 5 then, nigga.
Where's you can scare them?
Man, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I want my 5, nigga.
Gang, come on.
You're
Man.
embarrassing.
Come on, cuz.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Don't bet me and I pay you. Man, I don't play, nigga. Send me my 500.
All of this to stream and go viral. Well, he's gonna go viral enough for the judge to see it. And he got nothing but clears in that house. Oh, he going all the way under. Not a nigga gal in sight. He going all the way under. And I thank God ain't no Black American women in there because we don't need to be in there with all that. Let him over there with the Neanderthals and let them deal with it. I tell you what, when he go to jail, like I said, I don't want to hear nothing. Don't nobody say nothing to me, okay? Because he will be locked up here soon. And whoever that nigga is with him that's dressed alike, I believe AB probably pumping him in the butt. Argue with your mom. And I said what I said. Because why is you grown ass men dressed alike? This why I know. This is how I know that niggas only do certain things around clear women that they know they wouldn't be able to get away with around Black women. Because there's not a Black American woman on earth. Listen to me and listen to me good. There's not a Black American woman on earth who would be okay with them two niggas dressed alike. Not one. Not one. That would have been the first red flag. Why is y'all niggas dressed alike? Y'all niggas is gay? Is y'all niggas weird? That's what a Black American woman gonna say. The only people that'll take that and not understand it is the foreigner and the cracker. A Black American woman. Why y'all niggas dressed alike? What y'all type of niggas? What y'all on? What y'all on? That's y'all. That's why they run them clears. Hello? Because they know they can get away with shit around them. They wouldn't be able to get away with around us. Okay? Child, let's move on. Spirit Airlines. I told y'all they want us out the sky and on the railways and also on the streets so they can control where we're going. They don't want us running all around the streets because guess what? The portals are open. The universe has open portals and they got all kinds of stuff all over the world, right? We got stuff flying in the sky, people seeing UFOs. I know for a fact I've seen I'll say what I've seen. They weren't butterflies, but they looked like they could have been spaceships that were shaped like butterflies. Them bitches had wings though, and they lit up, and I saw them in New Orleans on the lakefront. I'm taking that to my grave. I know what I saw, okay? So I believe that they trying to get us all up out of the sky all together. But they're going to start with spirit. We talked about the symbolism of that yesterday, and then it's going to gradually go on to other airlines. I'm telling you. So here it is. I wanted to show y'all the video of the employees who got laid off and didn't know that they were being laid off. It says, after Spirit Airlines abruptly shut down over operations, over 17,000 employees were left without jobs almost overnight. Many finding out without little to no warning. Let's get into it, y'all. Get the likes up. Hold on.
There's no severance or insurance. Everything was cut off on May 2nd.
Laid off and left without answers. Spirit Airline employees gathering outside company headquarters in Dania Beach Monday, still reeling after the surprise announcement over the weekend when the company shut down for good.
It wasn't until midnight on Friday night that we learned when we see the board with no flights for the next day that we were done for that day.
The abrupt closure creating a frenzy nationwide, catching employees and travelers off guard. All flights grounded by 3 a.m. Saturday. 17,000 people across the country now without jobs, including thousands of workers based here in South Florida. The impact widespread.
This is not like any other industry. You do not take your work experience with you. You start right back at the bottom. So if you've been here 30 years, it means nothing. Myself, 10 and a half years means nothing. You start right back at the bottom with the lowest pay, lowest seniority.
This is the layoff notice Spirit sent to all staff Saturday, stating the company will be permanently closing all of its operational locations. The ultra low-cost carrier collapsing amid rising jet fuel prices, intense competition, and debt. The company filing for bankruptcy twice in as many years.
There's a lot of people that are going to struggle, and there's no way around that. There's just not enough jobs in this industry for the type of work that we do.
Now, the recovery will be very challenging because, again, all health benefits were canceled on Saturday. County leaders stepping in to help. They are hosting a career fair at Career Source Broward County at the Hollywood location from 2 to 5 p.m. Of course, we'll have much more reaction throughout the day.
There's no severance.
Let me say this, Black America. I don't know if y'all caught on, but 2020 was the biggest red light or the biggest red flag. But nobody is safe in nobody's job. I don't care if you have one of those jobs where you guaranteed a pension in 30 years or this, that, you're not safe. 2020 should have taught everybody in America that nobody's job is safe. At will, these people could wake up tomorrow and say, you fired. They just won't say it like that. They'll say, you're laid off. Does that make sense? At will, these people could close their doors and be like, to you, I don't care where you work. I don't care how long you've been there. I don't care what you do for a living. Nobody's job is safe. Hell, this one ain't even safe. The one I'm on with you two. Nobody's job is safe. Let's start there first. Stop putting lock, stock, and barrel into retirement. Stop putting, I'm not saying don't worry about it. Definitely work towards your retirement. But stop thinking that it's a guarantee, because it's not. It's just not. The way the world is going, I told you, machine is about to take over. This is why a lot of these jobs and these companies are closing. And when machine take over, just like the National Guard are downtown in Black America now, they're going to have the machines downtown patrolling. So what they're trying to do is get them all unemployed. Listen, let's call a thing a thing. The mass majority of people are going to be unemployed. What's that clone name? The one who owns Twitter. He already told y'all that. Elon Musk, I've been told y'all the mass majority of people are not going to be employed. We've talked about this on many occasions on this channel. Okay? So when you start seeing all of these people getting laid off and I don't know what I'm going to do, that's a part of the plan. It all goes together. These companies been knew they was about to do this. They been knew they was about to do this. And I find it odd that these people could work 10 years at Spirit and have to start at Delta down at the bottom. I know you fucking lying. What's the difference in me taking the order at Spirit versus Delta? I wouldn't took the job. Because, bitch, I'm not about to be no flight attendant for 5 years and I got to start at the bottom at Frontier and I just left Delta. No way. They've been doing this. It's about control. It's about getting y'all or getting us into one spot so that they can put the machines on us and control us. Your next currency is going to be social currency. Who are you? What do you bring to the table of America? That's going to be your next currency. So let me just say this. Let's say you have zero social currency. You're going to be poor. Controlled. Nowhere to go. Told what to do, when to do, how to do, what you can buy, where to go. Yay. I'm just being real. I'm telling you. And you can't fight a machine. Your gun ain't going to be able to hit them. So then what? Go back to the movie Terminator At the beginning, I don't know if it was 2 or 1. At the beginning of the movie, the machines are fighting the war. That's supposed to happen. It's biblical, bro. It's biblical. Social currency is the next thing. And guess what that means? The mass majority of people all over America are going to be in prison. Because the mass majority of people in America don't have social currency. And when I say social currency, I don't mean just, because I do a YouTube and I got a YouTube channel. No. Social currency goes way deeper than that. So just because you on YouTube or you do good on YouTube or you do good on TikTok, yeah, it'll give you a little more social currency than the rest, but that don't mean you safe. Who are you? What do you contribute to the society? What do you contribute to the world? That's how they're going to judge your social currency. Somebody said time to grow gardens. That's the perfect thing because, that's a way to get you very high social currency. Does that make sense? Get me up here. Because now we're going to talk about how to change your social currency. Right now, your social currency, most people's social currency is at nothing. You know why? Because you don't give nothing back to the world. You just out here working, going to sleep, drinking liquor on the weekend. This is the average American. I don't care if you're black or not. This is the average American. You get up Monday through Friday, you go clock in, you come home, you wait till Friday, you go out, you might have your good time over the weekend, and then you're back at it Monday. You have zero social currency. Zero. You're going to prison. You're going to prison. I'm telling you now. It's going to be a nice one, but it's going to be a prison. Now, your social currency comes in with what do you offer to society? What do you have to give to society that makes you important? Somebody said grow a garden. That's a perfect way to level up your social currency. If you can feed people, hello? If you can provide something to people, now you're building your social currency. Buy land. Now you have assets. Does that? I hope that makes sense. If you can cook for the neighborhood. Social currency. Don't cook for your house. You're going to need to be cooking and providing food. You see what I'm saying? After school care for the kids. Social currency. Yay. That's what it ain't going to be about no money. The dollar ain't worth nothing no way right now. It ain't going to be about money. It's going to be about what you have and what you can provide to the world. And if you just a person getting up working a 9 to 5 and waiting for the weekend, your ass going to be in prison. I'm telling you now. Unless you go buy you some land and get the hell about them cities. 1111 in the chat. 1111 in the chat. It just went to 1114. I know what I'm talking about. Owning a house ain't gonna get you social currency. Oh, I own my house. That ain't enough. Do you rent houses to people? No. Well, yeah, you're going to prison too. No shade. I'm just being harsh, but I'm telling you how it's gonna go. But I've been working at the fire department for 30 years. Oh well, you going to prison? Who cares? Do you own the fire department? Well, get your ass in prison. Social currency is next, y'all. That's the next up. But Spirit losing them jobs is symbolic to what's about to come. And let me tell you something. It ain't just Spirit. I went and saw all these other aircraft and airlines having these issues. And I'm like, what in the hell? Now, I'm a Delta Sky Miles member. And if I don't look forward to nothing on them Delta flights, I look forward to them graham crackers and that goddamn ginger ale. Now, all of a sudden, because the fuel prices are so high, Delta saying they not going to give us no more snacks. Delta about to be out the door, too. Delta is on the way out the door too. They're going to start by making us uncomfortable. And the next thing you know, boom, no Delta Airlines. Let's get into it. I'm telling you, y'all watching this happen slowly. You are living in history, Black America. If you are alive in 2026, you living in the new Bible times. It says, according to reports, Delta Airlines is cutting free snacks and drinks on flights under 350 miles starting May 19th, impacting about 450 daily routes. The change comes as airlines faces rising fuel costs tied to Iran conflict, fuel price surge, and a factor in the recent collapse of Spirit Airlines. Okay. It's still the community note saying starting May 19th, 2026, Delta Airlines will stop serving complimentary snacks. So, okay, there you go. All right, bet. So they saying if you're going under 450 miles, they're not serving you no snacks. All right, bet. So I guess, I don't know. It's more than 450 miles from Atlanta to New Orleans. So I should still get my ginger ale. But listen, pay attention to what they said. The reason they're doing this is because they say that it's because of the gas prices. It is not because of the gas prices. Remember, the war was done on purpose. Everything that comes from war is on purpose, right? So they have the war that is to raise the oil prices. And when the oil prices raise, typically it's going to be a trickle down effect, right? So now the airlines, what they're saying is, oh, well, because we fly so much and we use so much fuel, the oil prices being so high is literally affecting the way that we do business. So for that, with that being said, Spirit, we going out of business, and Delta, we just going to stop serving ginger ale in graham crackers. It's coming. At one point, I don't even think the average person is going to be able to fly out of the airports. I think there's going to be certain people that'll be able to fly in and out of airports, but I think at one point I don't think everybody will be able to do it. And that's another thing. They say gas $5-6 in Chicago. It's $4 and something out here in Georgia. It's $4 out here in Georgia. Woo-woo. Let me show y'all another airline. Hold on. I had saw here you go, JetBlue. Did y'all see JetBlue? Another one. JetBlue founder says the airline is headed for bankruptcy. The company is $8 billion in debt with projections to lose another $1.3 billion this year. Let's get into it.
Tell me, Spirit closed down. Delta canceling flights. And JetBlue is billions of dollars in debt. Okay, now what's going to come out about American and Southwest and United? Because to me, what it seems like is y'all don't want us to go no damn where. So what y'all doing with like the Spirit planes and stuff? Because we gonna have to go half on a plane. Y'all need to put our money together and get us a plane and find us a good pilot who can fly dust up out of here. Because pretty soon we ain't gonna be able to go nowhere unless it's on the boat. And it's gonna take us a long time to get to Thailand on boat. So yeah, let's figure this out because there's a lot going on. It really seems like they don't want us to fly no more and go nowhere. And we gonna see what happens. But DM me and let me know how much y'all got on the plane because we gonna, we gonna have to just figure this out. We're gonna all go half. All right, okay. So
JetBlue is the third airline. Spirit, Delta having issues, and now JetBlue claiming they billions of dollars in debt. Like the brother said, it seemed like they don't want us to go nowhere. That's exactly what it is. That's why gas is so high. You can't even say, well, screw it, I'm gonna just take the road trip. Because hell, the gas is it costs more to drive somewhere than to catch the flight in 2026. Now, unless you got money, now I know back in the day we used to put together and take road trips. Meaning, me and my homegirls, when we decided from New Orleans we was going to see my friend in Tallahassee one of them times. One time we called the Greyhound. That's a whole other thing. But one time we put our money together and all 4-5 of us hopped in one of that girl cars and we went down to FAMU and spent the week with my friend. We just gotta. That's just gonna have to be where it go back to. Unless you got it and you don't need to bring a bunch of people with you. But yeah, they said gas $5 in Virginia. Oh my God. My God. Somebody said come back to Tallahassee. You know I love Tallahassee. I remember when I first got there, the first thing I noticed was how many hills they had. But it was something very different about Tallahassee. My aunt lives in Tallahassee, so I know a lot about Tallahassee. Not a lot, I ain't gonna lie. I know some about Tallahassee. I like Tallahassee. Shout out to Florida. I like Florida, period, though. So there's that. But yeah, I'm telling y'all, they don't want y'all flying. Be mindful. Prepare yourselves accordingly. The Migos is in the booth about to drop some trash. Offset and Set Off. What's the boy name? Quavo. Offset and Quavo have band together over 2 years. They say since the last album. Oh no, the last Instagram post, and they supposed to be putting together an album. It's gonna be trash. It's gonna be trash. You know why? Because the best rapper is not here. Takeoff had the best verse on every freaking song they had. Everyone. Takeoff was the lyricist of the three. Quavo was the most popular. Nope, Quavo was the cutest. Offset was the most popular, but Takeoff was the music. Okay, let's really talk about it. That's it. I'm telling you about the group. I was listening to these boys. I went and bought the album. I'm telling you. Quavo was cute and handsome. Offset was popular, but the music lied in Takeoff. Period, point blank. So I feel like without Takeoff, it's going to be trash because Takeoff flow is undeniable and Takeoff is the Migos, and I won't be buying the album. I will not be buying the album. Now, I'm not telling y'all to not buy the album. I'm just telling y'all I will not be buying the album because Takeoff is not there. It's kind of like having Destiny's Child without Beyonce. I know a lot of people like to call Quavo Beyonce, but he's really not. And I don't even like to say Beyonce is Beyonce. The real lead singer of the group was Takeoff. Period. Yeah, did somebody say handsome is a stretch? He's not really handsome, to be completely honest. It's just that he was lighter skinned than the other niggas. You know how that go. People be color struck. I never thought any of them were handsome, honestly. Not Takeoff, rest in peace, or Offset, or Quavo. I never thought any of those young men were handsome. They look like the typical Atlanta niggas. And they from Norcross. Sound about right. You see what I'm saying? Suburb hood niggas. You feel what I'm saying? I never thought any of them was handsome. But I like my niggas a twing or ugly. So who am I? You know? I don't know. I'm not the person to ask. Like I said, I like my niggas with a little touch of ugly. You know? And anyway, y'all get the likes up on the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Did y'all see this? That Idaho wanted to remove Juneteenth as a holiday. It's not even about the holiday because I could care less about Juneteenth, right? It's more or less about the argument that was taking place about the holiday. Y'all check out this video of these clears in Idaho talking about how they want to get rid of Juneteenth because they feel like Juneteenth was basically propaganda. Y'all check this out. Get the likes up if y'all haven't already. Where we at on likes? I hope y'all are liking the video.
Of city holidays and restoring Columbus Day, which I believe is a more appropriate holiday honoring our American heritage.
I move to approve the amendment to the personnel policy and holiday schedule.
Second.
A motion in multiple seconds. Further discussion?
I do have one comment on it.
Oh, sorry.
Juneteenth celebrates the actual end of slavery in the United States. And the abolition of slavery, I believe, is one of the crowning achievements of Western civilization and certainly worthy of celebration. On the flip side, North America, as we know it, in the United States entirely would not exist if it were not for the expeditions of Christopher Columbus and other European explorers, which are also worth celebrating. So I don't know if you would consider doing an every other year type of thing, but I think both are very relevant to our history and worth celebrating.
I don't want to change the holiday schedule up. I think that's a lot of complexity. My own view is that Juneteenth is something that nobody had heard of until 5 years ago and was pushed for political purposes. And so I'm not in favor of having that in. Removing Juneteenth from the list of city holidays and restoring Columbus Day, which I believe is a more appropriate holiday honoring our American heritage.
I move to approve the amendment to the personnel policy and holiday schedule.
Second.
Not honoring our American heritage. You know what pissed me off about white people? You foreign ass, Neanderthal ass crackers. You bitches ain't American. They come over from whatever cage they crawl out of and they let go of that identity and they put on American. And now you want to come to America and tell us about what's real American history and what's propaganda or not. Again, I could care less about Juneteenth. I think the holiday itself is dumb. I'm just speaking about the principle. How the hell does these second, third generation cracker Neanderthals get to come over here and say what is and what ain't American history? Mind you, most of them and their ancestors were not here during the slave trade. Most of the white people you see in America were not here during the slave trade, meaning their ancestors. They are Johnny-come-latelys. They are Johnny-come-latelys. And these are the people going on talking about what's American and what's not. See, this is why people think that black culture is American culture. No. Because there is no American culture. All of this shit is run by us. We just don't know it yet. So here it is, these young crackers talking about what is and what's not. It just pisses me off. I thank God I don't live in Idaho. You know what I'm saying? But it really does piss me off because it's just like, it just makes me want to tell these crackers, where do you come from? Who are you? What are you outside of your quote unquote American identity? Who the fuck are you? What cave did your grandmammy crawl out of? What petri dish did your grandpappy be created from? I be wanting so bad. What Cabbage Patch field did your ancestors come? No, they don't have ancestors. Forefathers. All these white people are Johnny-come-latelys. They are a new species. They're not even old enough to know what the hell going on. Most of the white people we see today are mixed breeds, a bunch of goddamn octoroons, quadroons, and all kind of shit. But here it is. You know what's American history. Yay. I can't wait to the rise. I can't wait till we take back over our land and get these crackers up off of here. And let me just say this. When it's time to get the white boy off of the land, when it's time to get all these foreigners off of the land, every nigga who get up here holler about, but it's not fair, but we like him. Your ass going too. Anybody who want to take up for these crackers, anybody who want to take up for these foreigners, your ass is going too. You're going to have to pick a side, fat. You're going to have to pick a side. I don't give a damn who it is. You're going to have to pick a side. And for all of y'all who can't find a side to pick, you're going to be forced on the side. Because the land going to regurgitate these crackers up off of here. The universe and the land and Mother Nature gonna get them up out of here. And guess what? I ain't gonna do nothing. It's gonna be the universe who gonna take care of you niggas that just can't let go of your favorite cracker. I'm telling you. They getting up off of here. Them and all them foreigners with that fucked up attitude, thinking they this, that, and that, all them coming up off of here. I'm telling you what I know. They coming up off of here. And when they do, any of you niggas that feel like you want to cry behind them, you're going with them. Love on them over there. You gonna be right there with them. Oh no, but you're gonna be right there with them, duck. Moving on, 2026 prime. We talk about generational wealth all the time, Black America, but we continuously spend frivolous money on nothing. Prime should not cost thousands upon thousands of dollars. I don't give a damn who you is. Now, I'm not telling you what you should do with your money. Do what you please. But let me just say this to the niggas, because it's mostly niggas. And when I say niggas, I mean mentality. Let me say this to the niggas who feel like my baby graduating high school, let me go take a $20,000 loan and send my baby off to the prom, you ignorant bastard. Let me say this to the niggas. It's so many niggas talking about poverty, racism, and all these things and want to create generational wealth. If you have the mindset to spend thousands of dollars on a prom, you will never create generational wealth. That don't go like that. Poor niggas making ends meet are finding ways to save up money to do dumb shit like going to prom. So these dumbass kids, no shade, but a lot of these kids coming out of school can't read, write, they don't know how to add, subtract, they don't even know how to spell their name. And here go they dumbass parents who never made it out of 9th grade, spending $30,000 on the prom. Meanwhile, they over there flashing and they ain't gonna be shit. And let me say this. All of y'all putting that money and time on your children going to prom, you cursing them. Most people who have all that shit in high school be trash when they grow up. Them motherfuckers be homeless. I'm telling y'all now, y'all cursing y'all kids when y'all go all out for them during school. You're cursing your kids. It's a fact. Most children, I've been through high school. I've been out of high school 25 years. Yeah, 2026, 25 years I've been out of high school. Everybody who is popping in high school right now ain't shit. Everybody. If you was fire in high school, you a bum. If you was fine in high school, you fat. If you was rich in high school, you poor. You cursing your kids, putting all that shit on here to play on social media. Y'all don't believe that shit, but I'm telling you what it is. Y'all cursing y'all kids. Everybody who was anybody in high school ain't shit right now. It's the people who was off to the side. So keep on cursing your kids if you want. Keep on. I'm telling you now. But I'm saying all that to say, all of y'all on here hollering about generational wealth. If you have the mindset to spend thousands of dollars on a prom, you will never create generational wealth. You just gonna be in this circle of chain, this matrix where you making all this money to blow it fast. That's it. But anyway, these clear kids went to prom and they came off a school bus. Now I see the girl that's gonna give the commentary is gonna be like, I think that Black Americans should do this. I went through the comment section and people was like, oh, well, they only did the school bus to stop for drunk driving. Oh, who cares why? Why does your 18-year-old son need to rent a Bentley to go to the prom? You know, when I was going to prom, it was, can I use your car? At the very least, at the most, we rented a limo. It was, can I use your car so I can go to prom? I went and asked my cousin, could I use his car? I ended up using my boyfriend / baby daddy car at the time. But I ended up asking him to use his car. He had an Aurora, I never forget, with the sunroof, 11 disc changer. It was fire. We was lit. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I went to prom. But it's so many of us that can't see the forest past the trees because and like I told y'all, it's not the parents wanting to do this for the kids. It's the parents wanting to compete with other people and they're using their children to do so. I'm saying all that to say, I saw these clear kids going to prom and they did it right. We need to get back to that. And I don't want to hear about culture. And listen, I'm not telling you what to do. If you want to continue to spend $30,000 in the hood on a prom, then continue to do so. But when everybody starts to elevate and do well, don't you sit your duck ass there and cry about it. Eat that shit. Let's get into this video right quick.
Baby, I'm about to show y'all the 2026 prom. The difference between them and us is totally different, baby. They came on yellow school buses. Do you hear me? You don't see not a Bentley, not a nothing fancy out there. They came on the school bus and they went to Dams and JCPenney's and to Renaissance and got they stuff. They ain't got nothing made. I mean nothing. But let me show y'all something. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Baby, y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop because y'all spend it too. Baby, what they gonna start doing? Coming out in parachutes now? Like what y'all gonna do next time for the wedding? And baby, we go overdo everything. We go overdo everything, baby. Bye. Baby, I'm about to show y'all the 2026 prom. The difference between them and us is totally different, baby. They came on yellow school buses. Do you hear me? You don't see not a Bentley, not a nothing fancy out there. They came on the school bus and they went to Dams and JCPenney's and to Renaissance and got they stuff. They ain't got nothing made. I mean nothing. But let me show y'all something. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Baby, y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop because y'all spend it too. Baby, what they gonna start doing? Coming out in parachutes now? Like what y'all gonna do next time for the wedding? And baby, we go overdo everything. We go overdo everything, baby. Bye. Baby, I'm about to show y'all the 20.
Let me say this again. I'm not trying to say that parents shouldn't go all out for their kids. I get that. I just feel like the mass majority of parents who go all out for their kids genuinely can't afford it. And when I say afford it, people say, yes, I could. I got the money. What you mean I can't afford it? Just because you have the money in your pocket doesn't mean you can afford it. Affording something is being able to spend money and not lose it, not miss it. I'm pretty positive these parents are missing these thousands upon thousands of dollars after prom night, whether they want to admit it or not. I don't care if you spend $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000. I'm pretty positive them parents could have taken that money and put it towards something that they absolutely needed. I'm pretty positive they don't have another 20 where that 20 left and came from. Again, do what you want, but I'm just telling you about mentality. What you're doing when you send these children off to these proms like this and you put them up on this pedestal, I've seen it happen over and over and over again. The longer you put them kids up on a pedestal, you're cursing their lives. They're not, most kids who are fired in high school are nothing. Nothing. Everybody I went to school with that was popping. So keep putting that curse on your children. You know what I think the curse is when I'm thinking about it? It's not even the things. It's the mentality. That's the curse. The curse is the mentality that you give your child when you help them do this type of shit. So hear me out. The curse is the mentality. So let's say your child come home and say, Mom, my prom next year, I want to fly out of Dubai. I want to come in on a private helicopter with a chauffeur and 2 giraffes and things of that nature. First of all, your child has done nothing to deserve that. I don't give a damn if they make straight A's. They still have done nothing to deserve that. But let's just say they made straight A's and you give them that. If they have not done the work to get the outcome, meaning get the giraffes and the private jets and the helicopters and all that stuff, what you are teaching that child is you don't have to work hard. Things are just going to be given to you when the world doesn't work like that. So what does this child grow up doing? Being lackluster and less than, because they can't get what they used to get when they was living with their mammies. And the mammy can only afford that prom shit one time in your life. If you ask the same mammy to repeat that prom shit for your wedding, she'll be looking at you cross-eyed because she don't have it. She done saved everything, done stole, begged and borrowed, robbed Peter to pay Paul to get you on your private helicopter for prom. And now that prom is over and you got to get back to the real world. You have no skills, no ability, no appreciation for nothing. None. You don't appreciate shit because everything you've ever gotten been given to you by your mammy who've been struggling to get it to give it to you. So now these are the people you push out to the world to be productive citizens, and because they feel like the world isn't giving back to them the same way their mama or their daddy gave back to them, therein lies the issue with the production of the people. These are the bums you get growing up. Yeah, I had a car at 16 in school, but now I'm over here trying to make ends meet with all 6 of my kids, and it's just me. I literally could name the people by name that was in high school. Ask me where they at right now. I'm pretty positive every single one of y'all got the same sort of stories about your high school. I can almost bet 95% of the chat. Matter of fact, put a 3 in the chat if you agree that everybody, if where you came from in your high school, the popular people are nothing today. Put a 3 in the chat. I'm telling you, I didn't just see it with my class. I've seen it with the classes come before me, and I've seen it with the classes come after me. Hell, I can even look at it and listen to my mama when she used to tell old stories. Oh, I used to do this, and I used to do that, and I used to know this person, that person. And you're looking at the people, and you like, damn, yeah. You cursing your kids, man. 90% of those people that be fired in high school don't be nothing when they get out. But you know why, though? It's because of the mentality and the curse. You put the mentality on these children that everything is given to them, and it's just not. I'm telling y'all, you're cursing your kids. People would never believe it, but you're cursing your kids. Hold on, let me read a couple of more super chats. Dang, y'all been running these bitches, huh? Y'all been running these super chats, huh? What's going on? Girl, y'all been running up these super chats. Gemini 504, I think I read yours. Yeah, I read yours. Thank you so much, Gemini 504. Let me read a couple of more so we won't have so many. Mrs. Kelly, thank you so much. 5667 says, off topic, Vu, why was Junior the only one in black at the fight? I don't know. But you know, it's a lot of symbolism. Who knows? Who knows? And speaking of, we got to talk about this symbolism and why somebody was in this and somebody was in that. Because I forgot to mention this yesterday, and I was so mad that I got off the live and had not brought it up. We got to talk about this. Speaking of, I'm glad you brought that up. And I'm going to keep her up here so we can talk about this. What I want to know is, What was the symbolism in this outfit? Somebody drop down in the comments. Now we see Beyonce's dress is the skeleton, right? Mind you, Blue Ivy is 14. Thank you so much for the super chat, boo. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Listen, mind you, no children are typically allowed at the Met Gala, but they allowed Blue to come in at 14 with the titties popped up, dressed like she a grown-ass woman. Now, Beyonce is out dressed like a goddamn skeleton, and she had Blue Ivy out here in a white dress looking like she was either reborn or born or a wedding. I don't know what it was. It's giving the death of me and the rise of my child. That's what this whole thing is giving to me. About to take her mama place. Yeah, but to do what? I know what. Listen, y'all want to know the truth? Blue Ivy don't have to have talent. She's going to rule over her minions. She's going, just like Beyonce rules. This is why y'all call her a queen. Hello? Is this thing on? Blue Ivy is going to rule over her people. It's going to be passed down. I tell Black America all the time, y'all laugh at them Brits over there with them royals, but y'all are the same way behind these regular ass celebrities in America. Y'all worse than them. Y'all worse than them people in the UK. At least the people in the UK won't even get a chance to see these crackers. Y'all go to a concert and y'all be done. Y'all worship these people more than the Brits worship them royals over there in Great Britain. I'm telling you. Blue Ivy gonna take over with no talent and no nothing. Just off the fact that she's the seed of this here demon, y'all gonna bow. Even when I go through the doggone comment sections, every time I see Blue Ivy, oh, she's so amazing. Oh, she's so great. She don't even fucking do nothing. What's she amazing about? She don't do nothing. I think she mute. Is she autistic? She's so great. She's so poised. Y'all are worshiping these children. That's what y'all doing. Worshiping them. So yay. They lizards. And guess what? That's what this is all about. This girl is giving you your new God, Blue Ivy. And you bitches, not y'all, but a lot of these people in the world gonna be bowing down. Feet, knees on the ground, face planted to the floor, bowing to this little girl. And I don't know what's wrong with her, but something ain't right. Something ain't right. Northwest another one too. She another God that's gonna be ruling. Y'all following children gods. Man, watch out. Let me get up off here because y'all be making me mad. And this is why I hate them celebrities. And to the person who got mad, oh, you ain't have to call her a little fuck her. And I'm going to say it again. I went to sleep on it and woke back up saying fuck her again. And let me tell you why. She ain't no average child. I don't even know she really a child in real life. I don't like celebrities. I will never respect them or put them up at regard I would never put them up here where y'all put them up at. Never. I don't care who it is, even the ones I love the most. I will never place them on a pedestal above me the way that most of America does on the internet. That's not my bag. I don't give a damn about blue, green, yellow, Beyonce, Jay-Z, or anybody in that damn family. They all a bunch of reptilians anyway. Fuck them all. I said it. And if you felt played when I said it yesterday, I'm saying it again today. Fuck the whole bloodline. How about that? The whole bloodline. I'm talking about go back 4 generations and fuck that mama too. The whole bloodline. I said what I said. And I ain't taking it back. Bitch, I don't give a damn about no Blue Ivy. Who the fuck Blue Ivy supposed to be? I'm 43 years old. What I look like giving respect and putting proper handles on? Who y'all? Hello? Is this thing on? I'm a grown-ass woman. Don't play with no fucking me. Go play with your mom. Girl, please. Girl, I'm 40. I done shitted out a baby older than her. Girl. Please. I done shitted out a baby older than her. Girl, go lay down. Fuck, I look like bowing down. Oh, let me change my speech about. Girl, fuck Blue Ivy. And her mom. And her pa too. Don't come over here. I tell y'all, when y'all take up for celebrities, it make me madder with the celebrity. It don't make me madder with you. It make me madder with the celebrity. Then I really be like, fuck them. Oh, you want to take up for her? Fuck them. You know, it just something come over me. Oh, you wrong for saying that about so-and-so. Fuck them. It just come out. It's like Tourette's. I can't help it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I be bothered that you niggas be bowing down to these damn snakes and reptilians. It bothers me. I don't like it. And I don't give a damn if the new ones is coming out at 6, 7, and 8. They can get it too. Said what I said. Soon as soon as somebody try to correct me about that shit, it pisses me off and makes me mad. I swear to God. I think I do it. For real, I really do think I have a level of Tourette's. Because soon as I saw somebody in the chat said that something in my brain just went like this. I almost lost it yesterday. Nigga, what? What? You got me, man, watch out. For real, man. I hate that y'all be looking at these people like that. These celebrities are evil, bro. When y'all gonna see it. Let's move on. Oh, before we move on, hold on. I want to read a couple of more super chats because y'all rolling these bitches out today. Hold on. Y'all rolling these hoes out today. Get the likes up, y'all. Please get the likes up. Did I read this one? Yeah, I read that one. These people will do everything. Yeah, I read that one. Thank you so much. Again, the popular loner. Let me read the next super chat. Baby, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, thinking about what you said yesterday about Roots. I'm from New Orleans and I wasn't allowed to watch Roots, but we watched Color Purple all day. I love Suge. Oh, yeah. See, I don't know. You know what? Shout out to your parents for not letting you watch that shit because you ain't indoctrinated like the rest of these niggas. Now you say slavery, they go, ooh, slavery, ooh, Jim Crow, ooh. Niggas got reactions now when you say those type of words. So you know what? Your mama and daddy probably was smart for not letting you watch it. Now I don't know if the Color Purple was a better movie, but hey, it is what it is. Shout out to your parents, baby. I appreciate you. Archive T, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I was on 13 different medications. 3 wasn't blood pressure meds. I'm only 50 and I went plant-based and was off all meds within a month. It's the food, y'all. There you go. Thank you, Archive T. For anybody in the chat who are having issues with blood pressure, first of all, I tell y'all to go out there and ground, but it's mostly your diet. That's where most of your issue is going to come in, through your diet. I'm telling you, I've seen people do it. I haven't seen a lot of people do it because it takes discipline. If you control your diet, you can get off this blood pressure medicine that these people going to give you. And let me say this, they give you the blood pressure medicine, then after that, oh, we got to give you another medication for the side effect for the blood pressure medicine. But then this new medicine for the side effect got another side effect. Next thing you know, you went from having 1 pill bottle to 12. Hell no. I'm good. Thank you, Archive T, for sharing that. Baby, thank you for the super chat. Says, what I do believe, some of us shared our recipes, custom, and cultures with those colonizers when they came over. Absolutely. It's documented. We still crave white validation today, inviting them to the cookout and all. Shake my head. Remember that thing I read to y'all yesterday? When the girl was describing, let me see. Let me show. It's on my Twitter, I think. Yeah, it's on my Twitter. I'm about to show y'all right now how you ain't lying. I'm about to show you right now how the reason why these people were successful is the same reason why they're successful today. Too many of us just love on that cracker. We can't get enough, huh? Let me show you this video. This one right here. Y'all remember this video I showed y'all yesterday? Hold on. Let me take this comment down so they can see. Thank you, baby, for the super chat. Y'all remember this video I showed y'all yesterday? Remember when I read what was on this? I still have the screenshot. This is how you know them people was only able to do what they can do what they did because of us inviting them. Let me read the screenshot that I took of this little piece of paper right here. When they described the people, one of the things that the man said in the thing was that they were inviting. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get my other phone. Stay right there. I had to get my other phone. Hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all. Look what the man said in the thing. He said, They looked back. This is from this little clip right here from the Carolina coast. This is when the cracker came to the Carolina coast. They looked back upon us with astonishment, and some were at length induced by various friendly signs to come to us. It says, they showed the great delight on beholding us, wondering at our dress, countenances, and complexion. They then showed us by sign where we could more conveniently secure the boat, and they offered us some of their provisions. We've always welcomed the crackers in with open arms. This is why they're successful, because we be the main ones. Right now in 2026, if you ask a Black American about crackers, the average Black American, most of them, some of them might say, yes, screw them. Most of them, well, we all God's children. You know, we all God's children. We're all the same. No, we're not. No, we are not. We've been inviting them people on since we met them, and that's why we've been up Shit's Creek without a paddle. The Bible said not to even deal with them folks, and we still doing it. And we still doing it. Even the Bible said don't deal with them people, and we still out here doing it like a duck. Hello? I am DJ Sweet Tea. Thank you so much for the super chat. It says, hey, Miss Vu, I appreciate you so much. And keep talking your ish. It says, because we need it. And my mom is going through stage 4 cancer right now. And I've been stressed. Keep talking, Vu. Love you. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Your mama going to be all right. And keep praying and keep working with her. You know, just change the diets, man. We got to change these diets. I think that's what's going to help us. Thank you. I am DJ Sweet Tea. I appreciate you for the super chat. And your mama and you are in my prayers. I promise. Thank you, boo. Crystal in 1513. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I will never step inside a hospital again. When I was in my 20s, I had an ectopic pregnancy. A foreign doctor made me stay and they took my tube. I'm 44 and and still can't have kids. I haven't been right since. You know, first of all, my heart goes out to you, Crystal. My heart goes out to you. It's so ironic because my grandma was talking about how she went in for a situation with her leg when she was in her 40s, her early 40s. And my grandma had 5 kids. She said, and she came out with a hysterectomy. They've been doing that. They've been doing that. That is well documented that they were doing medical malpractice and making us unable to procreate. And I'm so sorry that happened to you, Crystal. And I understand why you feel like you'll never go back in there. And my prayers are really with you, for real, for real. Like that's man. And this is, I'm saying a lot of that happens when we blindly trust the systems. Okay. That's when a lot of that happens. Deborah Coleman, thank you so much for the super chat. Says just a little something to let you know how much you are loved and appreciated, Nisi. Thank you, TD. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And baby, thank you so much for the super chat. Says our ancestors were welcome colonizers with open arms and traders. We came from warriors, and some of those hanging in history books were probably us hanging our own treasonous tribesmen. Hello, you on it. You on it. A lot of those people were treasonous. I told y'all we gonna talk about treason. I kind of bring it up every now and again because treason is the main reason why we're here. They can't do what they do unless people on the inside helps them. So I can understand why some of them people got hasta la vista up out of here by us. I would have been a part of that. Absolutely. Get them up out the paint. Without a doubt. Get them about the paint because you're a cancer to society. If you'll sell us out to this cracker now, then we don't stand a chance. You know? We literally don't stand a chance if you will sell us out to this cracker right now. Now I want to get into this cruise ship. Did y'all hear about this cruise ship that allegedly has this virus, this outbreak on it, and is stuck in the middle of the ocean? Y'all get the likes up. Sorry, y'all. I drink a lot of water. So there's this cruise ship stuck in the middle of the ocean, and the people are stranded on it because people have died, and people are also saying that they're scared because they want to come back home. It says, oh, hell no, deadly rodent spread hantavirus outbreak leaves cruise ship stranded at sea after 3 deaths as official fear letting passengers dock could spread virus to public. First of all, this is not done by mistake. This isn't a coincidence. This is what the government does. Put a bunch of people on a cruise ship and let go a poisonous rat to see how it'll break out. This is what they do. 3 people done died already. Lord have mercy. It says a cruise ship carrying nearly 150 passengers and crew members is currently stranded at sea after a deadly hantavirus outbreak reportedly killed 3 people on board and left several others sick. According to AP News, the New York Times, the outbreak happened aboard the Dutch flag MV Hondias during a trip from Argentina toward Antarctica. Officials say hantavirus is usually spread through infected rodents and can be caught through contact with rat or mouse saliva, urine, and droppings. The virus can reportedly attack the lungs and cause severe breathing problems, pneumonia symptoms, organ failure, and death. You know what? Scientists probably inject this rat with that shit and put him on a ship. They doctor people, they let the people get on there and they push that bitch out into the ocean. I promise you. Reports say a 70-year-old man first became sick with fever, headache, and diarrhea before later dying on board. His wife later became ill and collapsed at an airport in South Africa before dying at the hospital. So it's definitely in South Africa. A third passenger, a German woman who reportedly died after showing pneumonia-like symptoms linked to the virus. So it's already out there. Now officials have are reportedly arguing over where the ship should dock because of fears passengers could potentially spread the illness to the general public. Why not put them on an island and then have medical attention come to them? While health experts say hantavirus does not usually spread person to person, bullshit, authorities are still taking extreme precautions as more passengers continue showing symptoms. Passengers and crew members have reportedly been locked inside cabins under strict isolation rules while health officials investigate the outbreak, search for a safe place to the ship for the ship to dock. OMG. I was just talking to somebody talking about taking a round the world cruise. I literally was just talking to somebody about that. I'm gonna be real. Either drop their ass off on an island. Let me back up. They said a person collapsed in the airport in South Africa. It's already out. If the husband died on board and then the wife died at the airport, that means it is airborne, right? Because unless the rat bit him and the wife, or unless they both ate of rat feces and urine and things of that nature, okay? It's probably more likely airborne and easy to pass from person to person, which is why the third person is dead and they got people on board stranded and can't come out their rooms. See, they just not going to tell you that. But I caught that the lady died at the airport, which means it's out. I'm saying all that to say this is done on purpose. This lab rat is probably what it is, a lab rat, and they infected this disease in this rat and sent it on this ship, sent the ship out there, and now them people stranded. I ain't going to hold you. I'm about to be selfish. Leave their ass out there or put them on the island. And the only people who could go out there and help them is people with hazmat suits, and leave the hazmat suits out there with them. Said what I said. Matter of fact, don't leave them out there. Drop the hazmat suit in the ocean. Y'all be careful. In cruises, if you've ever been on a cruise, it's a very closed space. Because I was just thinking, man, I'll probably just be outside, but it looks like they got everybody quarantined. So you can't even sit outside the cruise. You ever been inside of a room on a cruise ship? It's like being inside of a matchbox. I would die if they made me sit inside of that room all day and all night with a little window this big. No way. So now these people stranded. And what sucks about this is they have family and friends and things of that nature. And now they got to stay out there, bro. They got to stay. They got to stay. But again, it's already out. If that lady got off the airport in South Africa, this is how it works. Whoever she went past gonna get that shit. Not everybody, but a large majority of the people she went past and dealt with is going to get it. And these people are going to go off and do it, whatever they do, and that shit will be out here in America in about 30 days. Watch. It'll be in America in about 30 days. I told y'all a new panorama was coming. I don't know if this is the one, but I told y'all a new one was coming. Be mindful of that. Let's get into this video of this person speaking about the cruise ship.
I normally wouldn't make a video like this, but I feel like I need to say something, so I wrote a few things down. I am currently on board the MV Hondius, and what's happening right now is very real for all of us here. We're not just a story. We're not just headlines. We're people with families, with lives, with people waiting for us at home. There's a lot of uncertainty, and that's the hardest part. All we want right now is to feel safe, to have clarity, and to get home. So if you're seeing coverage about this, just remember that there are real people behind it, and that this isn't something happening somewhere far away. It's happening to us right now. I'll share more when I can, but for now, I just ask for your kindness and understanding. Thank you. I normally wouldn't make a video like this, but
I must say, I do sympathize if there are people stranded on that boat. I do sympathize with that because I couldn't imagine. Somebody in the chat said, why did they catch the rat? Now, that's a great question. That is an amazing question. Did they catch the rat? And if they did, what did they do to it? That is an amazing question. I didn't think about that. That's why I love people smarter than me. Listen, I feel bad. I do sympathize with the man, but yeah, y'all got to stay out there, fat. Y'all got to stay. Y'all got to jump off. Let me stop, because then they're going to say, voodoo, you wrong. Let's get into this video.
3 people are dead after contracting the hantavirus on a cruise ship. Now, this is the same virus that killed Gene Hackman's wife. Now, close to 150 people were on this cruise ship that's going up the coast of Africa. 3 people have died, and a 4th is in critical condition. And now an additional 2 crew members are having symptoms. These symptoms are including respiratory function. Now, as of right now, they don't know how this virus got on this ship. If you don't know anything about the hantavirus, it is spread through urine and feces of infected rats. So at this time, they don't know if this was something that was brought on board or if it started on board. Officials say that it is usually not transferred person to person, but they have not ruled out that it cannot be. This is why so much precaution is being taken. They are not allowed to dock. The ship is not allowed to dock. There are 149 people on this ship. 17 of them are from the United States. Of the 3 people who have already passed away, 2 were an elderly couple, a 69-year-old woman and a 70-year-old man from the Netherlands. And then there was another person from the UK. If you remember last year in New Mexico, Gene Hackman's wife passed away from the hantavirus as well. There are apparently 2 serious syndromes that happen as a result of this virus. It is a severe syndrome that affects the lungs, as well as hemorrhagic fever with renal syndrome, which can also affect the kidneys. This case is changing by the minute. Officials are treating this as a very serious case. Make sure to hit that follow button, and we will see what happens with this ship, when it can dock, what's going to happen with further people infected or not. 3 people are dead after contracting.
Well, okay, so you already know that they're going to dock the ship, right? Where is the question, and how these people are going to get back to their families is a whole other question. But I'm going to say this: nothing is done by coincidence. This is not a mistake. This isn't something that just happened. It probably could be staged, Nanny. I ain't even going to lie. It could definitely be staged. This could all just be a hoax. And a reason for them to say, oh, they got a new virus out. Remember that cruise ship? You see what I'm saying? It could definitely very well be that. Remember, the world is a stage. What I will say is, if it is true, I think that they should stay out there. But I know that's not going to be the case, which means this stuff is going to be here in America soon. Watch. Be mindful of that, y'all. I ain't going to lie. I wouldn't be on no cruise. Not right now. Not right now. I don't know. I ain't telling y'all what to do. Let me move on. I'm not about to tell y'all what to do. Let's move on to this punk and his wife. Get the likes up on the video. We got to get into this Met Gala just a little bit more. First of all, I want to share Dwayne Wade and his wife. See, I thought Rhianna and her husband took the cake with the feminine men. I forgot. What's his name? What's her name? Gabrielle Union must have told Rhianna, hold my beer. Let's get into her and her husband.
Oh, my nail. Just a nod back to my wife's dress. Yeah, so I just put a little glitter, little gold, and then a little brown, just a little nod back. Just wanted to highlight the fingers that I was gonna have jewels on, and from there, just kept it natural and clean. Jewel liner. Oh, my nail. Just a nod back to my wife's dress. Yeah, so I just put a little glitter, little gold, and then a little brown, just a little nod back. Just wanted to highlight the fingers that I was gonna have jewels on, and from there, just kept it natural and clean.
So you really believe that he polished his nails and went sat down, or at least had somebody come to his house and sit down, and you think he sat like that and picked those colors because he just wanted to give a nod to his wife's dress? Most men would say, my wife's dress is leopard. Let me throw on some leopard shoes, or let me put a little leopard lapel, in my jacket, or let me go get me a leopard hat, or let me go get me a little brown shirt. You see what I'm saying? That way, when I stand with my wife and we take our pictures, it's going to be color coordinated. Not Dwayne Wade. Screw an outfit. He want to go get his nails done. We talked about, are men beards for women all the time, or are women beards for men all the time? We talking about men being beards for women. Men have been beards for women, but women have been hella beards for men. It wouldn't surprise me if Gabrielle Union bend him over and screw him and peg him. As a matter of fact, I want to go out on a limb and say they're probably doing that. And she probably let him get screwed by other men. I see a nasty, freaky night. We all drinking, having a good old time, a gay old time, no pun intended. And I believe I could see some other people there. And then one thing lead to another. And then next thing you know, D-Wade on all fours. Yeah, and she just over there smiling with her vodka on the rocks like this. She's sitting in the corner with the pinky finger out with the vodka on the rocks while he getting his back busted up. I can see it as clear as I can see this damn computer right now. I can see it as clear as day. Do you hear me? I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see her telling the man who bopping him, you ain't doing it hard enough. Hit him harder. Bust his booty open. Bust it open good. Yeah, remember when you told me I couldn't bop. Now I'm about to make you pay for it. Bust his back open. With the vodka on the rocks. Why do I feel like that lady would drink vodka on the rocks? I don't know why. I'm telling you, man, I feel like she's sitting down with a glass of vodka on the rocks in a cognac glass. Okay? In a cognac glass. Vodka on the rocks in a cognac glass. I can see it as clear as I can see my face. I know what I'm looking at, okay? Dwayne Wade is a punk. This the same man who came out and said that he got in trouble for wearing his mama dresses in her heels and things of that nature. This the same man who took the custody of his son and turned his son into a girl. He a punk. And she love it. She love it. This works out perfect for her. Girl. At any rate, I'm bringing this back up because I wanted to go figure out what the hell was going on with the Met Gala. Now, remember we were talking about the Met Gala, and remember I showed y'all Rara was over there screaming and hollering and cutting up because she said, we're supposed to be boycotting. I can't believe you guys went down to the Met Gala. And I'm over here saying, bitch, I didn't hear nothing about nobody boycotting no Met Gala, but I don't pay attention to that crap. No way. What's that lady name? Hold on. Before I get into her. Because I feel like I put up a video. Hold on. Let me just make sure I didn't share a video in reference to it before I go find this lady. No. Let me see. Is it this one? No, it ain't that one. What's the actress name who always played the mama? She played on, matter of fact, I'll go pull it up. I'll just search her. Y'all know I'm bad with names. Hold on, Met Gala. What I said they was doing? They were protests. They were protesting the Met Gala. What's that lady name, girl? Y'all, she be on all them movies. Damn it. I just seen her video. I knew I should have shared it because I don't never be remembering that lady name. Boycott. That's what it was. It was a boycott. Hold on. So apparently the celebrities wanted to boycott the Met Gala because Jeff Bezos is the person who's over it. Hold on. And I didn't know this because I don't follow the Met Gala or the celebrities. But ultimately, a few of the black celebrities were supposedly calling on a boycott to make sure the people don't go around there. I didn't hear about it, but we about to get into it together. Let's get into it. Jennifer Lewis. Thank you, Truthful. You know who I'm talking about. Jennifer Lewis is the lady I was looking for. Thank you. I'm going to go pull her video up. Come on, let's get into this. This is why they're supposed to be avoiding the Met Gala.
Shame on you, Jeff Bezos. The people that need to be being celebrated at the Met Gala are the workers. People like me. We deserve that celebration. We deserve so much more than we're getting. There's power in numbers, and there's more of us than there are of you. Remember, Jeff, ordinary people like myself that helped make you billionaires, if we built it, we can tear it down.
Boycott the Bezos Met Gala. The campaign is seemingly run by a group called Everyone Hates Elon. What? Activists across New York, let me see, are calling for Met Gala boycott after Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez Bezos were announced as the event's main benefactors when Bezos spending up to $10 million in donations. So they're mad that Jeff Bezos is a part of it. That's what it's about. Girl, I know you lying. So they upset because Jeff Bezos is funding and put $10 million on the Met Gala. Let me go get my girl Jennifer Lewis. And they feel some type of way. Here you go. Here she go right there. So she came out and spoke about it. Remember, Taraji came out yesterday and was like, I can't believe y'all are still over there. What are you guys doing? This is crazy. She had already was over there saying that. And I didn't know exactly what it was about. Let me see if I can find one without that video on it. But I was wondering, like, what in the world was going on? Because I was like, why are they boycotting? Hold on, I'm gonna just go with the video I got because Instagram acting stupid. So here it is, Jennifer Lewis. Remember, Taraji P. Henson spoke about it yesterday. She got upset because Beyonce, Rhianna, and all those other people went, but apparently they were going for other reasons. Now, I think that the celebrities who did go, they went because they had messages to give out to the public, rather it be subtle messages or rather it be symbolism or rather it be whatever. Like Beyonce with her daughter Blue Ivy, there were a lot of messages and subtle messages that were sent out to us, okay, from that Met Gala. And I think that a lot of those people who went because they had a lot of messages to send, okay? And plus, a lot of people don't, believe in everything other people believe. But let me say this to Black America. We love getting riled up by these celebrities to boycott this place because this person supported this and that person supported that. Black America, let's be honest. Everything that you consume comes from someone who hates you. Everything that you consumed is backed by someone who hates you. Hell, I'm on YouTube. You might love me, but Mr. YouTube is really the big enemy. So when we talk about, we need to boycott this because this person is helping this, I find it to be a bunch of bullshit. Because if we really wanted to stand on business, we would have nothing to have. Because everything that we consume is given to us and ran by the people who hate us. Everything. Walmart, the grocery stores, the gas stations, the food you eat. If you really peel back the layers and say, I don't want to do business with nobody who hates me, you'd be starved and broken right now. Why? Because we don't own nothing as Black America. We don't own nothing, not as a collective. So if we really had to peel back the layers and want to boycott people, we would literally be boycotting every single thing we have. This whole thing that they be doing on the internet is a distraction. That's what these celebrities are here to do. I like Jennifer Lewis, but she's a part of it too. She's very, very into this stuff. These people are put here to distract you, to get you riled up, get your attention and emotions on stuff that don't serve you. I don't give a fuck about no celebrity not getting they just due. Not one of you niggas. Not one of y'all. So y'all mad at Jeff Bezos. Oh well. What you want me to do about it? I'm a poor nigga. I don't go to no Met Gala. Why would I put my energy behind y'all being mad at a rich billionaire cracker that I would never even cross paths with? I don't give a damn. And again, I'm not saying don't boycott who you want to boycott. What I'm saying is if we really sat down and looked at it, we'd have to boycott food, clothes, jewelry, Walmart, cars, because we don't own nothing. And everybody who sells to us hates us. Every single one of them. Every single one of them hates us. So Jennifer Lewis ain't no better. Let's get into it, y'all. Get the likes up on the video.
Okay, so I hadn't seen any of it.
Of course not.
I had been running around all day. And then my girlfriend called and said, Jennifer, they showed up anyway. I said, but they cut nearly 30,000 jobs and gutted the Washington Post. They showed up anyway, posturing and posing, hoping to be the most. They cut $1 billion in funding for children's nutrition.
Where?
And there they all.
And let me say this. See, these celebrities are very, very clever. They'll say, oh my God, 1 million people lost jobs. Whole time it's 1 million people in India. Bitch, we don't give a fuck. Children are not eating. Whole time it's children in some other part of the world that we will never see. I don't care about them children over there not eating. I care about the nigger babies in America that ain't eating. Why don't none of you celebrity hoes come out here and advocate for us like that? This is why I hate you niggas. Y'all come out and advocate for everything else. Y'all take our energy, borrow our energy to help everybody else. But would not one mammy motherfuck one of you niggas come out here and say nothing for us? Nothing. They will never come out and speak for Black America. Mostly because they can't. But secondly, every time we turn around this, Jeff Bezos did this, and whole time you supporting a cause that don't have nothing to do with you for people who hate your guts. Stop following these fools. Cut jobs where? Cut costs where? Who are the children that are starving? If it ain't nigger babies, I could care fucking less. I could care less. If it ain't nigger babies that's starving, I don't care.
Were vying for the next position. We're at war. And so many people are dying. I said to my girlfriend, tell me you're lying.
These people be playing on the internet, man. These people be playing in y'all face.
How much fame do we need, y'all? How much more fame? Wow.
Shut your old ass up, Jennifer Lewis. Shut your old ass up. Don't care about Jeff Bezos. Don't care about the Met Gala. Don't care about the million of people who lost their jobs. Don't care about the children that's dying and starving. Don't care. So if we don't care, why is Jennifer Lewis coming over here telling us this? What are we supposed to do with that? I know what Jennifer Lewis wants us to do. She wants us to gather up our things and go downtown and march and protest and say, we hate Jeff Bezos. Why? Because he's screwing over foreigners who hate us too. I can't stand these celebrities, and I don't care who they is. I can't stand them. I understand what it is they're doing. A lot of people may not understand it as such and might feel like I'm just being mean. Oh, well, I don't care. I ain't cleaning nothing up. I know what they are doing, and this is why I hate them bitches. And I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back. And speaking of the Met Gala, did y'all see this video of Rhianna getting into it with A$AP Rocky? So apparently, let me tell y'all something. First of all, I get it. They're couples fight. I'm not taking that away from that. But what I am saying is people put on facades. It's most of y'all marriages. No shade. Most of y'all hate each other. But y'all be playing in front of people like y'all on a united front. That's why it's so easy to get cheated on. That's why it's so easy for one of y'all to go cheat. Because y'all really hate each other. I on my soul, I'd rather be by myself than laid up with a nigga I can't stand and who can't stand me. But again, when you got to keep up appearances and you got to keep up professions and things of that nature, then here it is, you got to play the role. So again, this could be a random argument. It could just be a bad day for them. But something is telling me Rhianna is a bitch. Something in my soul is telling me Rhianna is not a pleasant person to be around. Does that make sense? And it's not because of this incident. It's kind of because I can see past this incident. And you can tell that this behavior between them is normal. Okay? I know what TMZ said. I'm not listening to no damn TMZ. They say TMZ says now arguing. Girl, don't listen to no TMZ. TMZ lying down. Do you hear me? People put on personas and people put on fake personas in front of people every day. As a matter of fact, most people are still married, not because they love each other. It's because they are afraid of what other people might think if they divorce, or they're afraid of how people might view them. Because I've been divorced. Getting divorced is a loss. You do feel like, damn, something that I was supposed to do right, I failed at it. It do feel like that. So I get that. It's not abnormal to feel like that. But at the end of the day, people are more afraid of what other people will say, right? Versus than what actually makes them happy. And this is why people remain in these relationships. Now, as it pertains to Rhianna, even when I watched her on the red carpet with that black journalist and all these other people, Rhianna is a bitch. Rhianna is a bitch. I'm not saying that she mean. She might be mean too. But Rhianna is a bitch on a natural day-to-day. And I've never met this girl. I've never even been in her presence. But I can almost guarantee you, anybody who's been around her will tell you she is a bitch. Used to being able to do what she want, get her way. She up under Rock Nation. She's a Rock Nation puppet. I'm sorry. She's a Rock Nation puppet. So I'm pretty sure she's got that mentality. Okay? And I'm not talking about a bitch to other people. I mean just a bitch in general. I believe that Rhianna is just not a happy soul. And that's probably... Let me stop. Rhianna is a bitch. But anyway, they caught her arguing with what's his name? Her husband, A$AP Rocky, in the limo. They couldn't get the words out, but they did get the lip reading. Let's get into it.
She's tired. Riri. And she's not happy. Oh, she's not happy. I'm looking at his. They are not happy.
Don't come up, guys. What? Don't go up.
Oh, but they're not happy. Are they arguing?
Low key looks like
They
were partying when they left.
I'm tired.
They spent like 4 hours getting her ready. She was
Back it up.
To your left, Riri.
Riri, over here, please.
To your left, Riri, right there. To your left.
You were beautiful.
Where you going? Where you going?
And why y'all keep saying Rhianna looked beautiful? No, she did not. She looked a mess. Why y'all be lying to these celebrities? That's why that hoe out there looking like a burnt coochie now. She looked at a mess. Rhianna did not look cute. Nothing about the outfit was cute. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. Y'all on here lying. She looked like whale pussy. Walking. She looked like elephant coochie. She did not look good. Come on now. Y'all just saying anything at this point. The outfit wasn't cute. The hair wasn't cute. The makeup wasn't cute. She looked at a mess. Y'all got to stop with all of that now. Come on now. She did not look good at all. Girl, she looked at a hot ass mess. Even she said she looked like an oyster. Girl, stop now. Y'all got to stop with all of that. She look like dolphin whale coochie. Girl, I can't stand y'all for lying to these. You look beautiful. No, she don't. No, she don't. And it's okay. Just say you look nice. But don't lie and say you look beautiful, because now you're doing too much. She looked a mess. Okay? Now, why is this important? It's not even about her and him having the words during the conversation. It's really about the way she's looking at him, the way she look at her. I'm gonna just go with her mannerisms, her nonverbals, the things that your body tells you that your mouth don't have to open your mouth and say. Looking at the way she's looking at this man, she really be sunning him like he her little boy. You can tell he don't play when it comes to her. It wouldn't surprise me if she popping them. If she ain't beating them and popping them between the washing machine and dryer around there. It wouldn't surprise me. It looked like Rhianna might haul off and throw something at the back of that nigga head and pop him, and he won't know what's happening until the next day when he wake up. She looks horrible. She looks like she's miserable on the inside and it is oozing out on the outside. Now I get it. In the position she's in, she's a billionaire, she's a boss. You gotta be a bitch. But damn, girl. Like, what's tea? Nigga say she probably still missing Chris. Hello? It's so many people be getting married with people they really don't want to be married to. Whole time they wish they could have the last person they was with. Hello? And then they take it out on the people they're in a relationship with because they can't have the person they really want to have. Because let me say this. I was there. Rhianna did not want to leave Chris Brown alone. Let me say that again. I was there. Rhianna did not want to leave that nigga alone. As a matter of fact, when right after he popped her, allegedly popped her, they were seeing that Diddy house on a jet ski. The next couple of days, I was there. It wasn't until the internet and the blogs came out and was like, Rhianna is such a victim. This is so horrible. We can't believe him. That's when they made them split. She wanted her nigga back. Yeah, the world pressured her to leave that nigga. She probably, every time she look at ASAP, she probably want to pop him again. Look, could you imagine? You could have had Breezy and you looking at this nigga, old lame ass nigga with drop pearl earrings in his ear. I'd probably pop him too. At any rate, she seems like, just like I said, her energy is dark. Rhianna does not look like a happy person. I get it. Maybe it's some PTSD, maybe some postpartum. She did just have a baby, but she is not a happy person on the inside. I don't care. This isn't a one-off. She's not a happy person. She's not. And it exudes and it probably affects everybody around her on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, I've never met this woman or nobody who know her, but I can almost put my neck on the chopping board. Anybody who worked for her or know her or heard people who work for her will probably tell you I ain't lying. I swear to God. And then I had went and found the video of why she was upset. So allegedly, apparently, ASAP Rocky was talking to somebody and she was ready to leave. And I get that. I know how that feels. But just watch how she is when she's waiting on him. Now, this is ASAP Rocky back here talking to this clear woman. And this her sitting up there looking like old washed up dead oyster juice. Look at her.
Rhea, how you doing tonight? Good?
Yes, how are you?
Peace and blessings. You know, the backstage live, you know what I mean? You know how we do that. What do you think about tonight? Was good tonight? You had a good time tonight? Look, I just got here, man. I'm just happy to see everybody. That's right. Backstage live. I won't be backstage live. I caught you at this fashion show. Look at my God. Yeah. See you again, bro. Likewise. Big love. World. I appreciate that, man. You know how we go. Big love. Look, that's how you do it. That's how it goes, man. See, look.
Bankruptcy is actually a very...
Rhianna is not a happy camper. She's just not. Tasha, I hate those videos at the end of your Instagram. On my soul, I hate them videos. And I ain't gonna lie, Tasha. I be trying to find other people. I hope you on here, Tasha. I be trying to find other people shit to share because I know either you gonna pop up at the end of the video trying to sell something, or that cracker gonna pop up trying to tell us to file bankruptcy. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. And I get it, you got to make your money fat. But them videos at the end of your Instagram is not going to pick up as the next best wave. That shit is annoying AF. I hate sharing your content because I can't even lather into the content before the cracker pop up talking about filing for bankruptcy. Get your white ass off my screen. Get your white ass up off of my screen. I'm trying to get the tea, and here come this cracker talking about some goddamn bankruptcy. Get your white ass off of here. I swear to God, every time I be thinking that, like, man, fuck. Like, I be mad. Like, get this nigga off of here, man. Shit. Tasha, take that shit off the end of this shit. Put a pin up there. Do something else. Take that shit off the end of your videos. Damn, that shit annoying. Damn. Somebody tell her what I said if she ain't on here. Take that shit off the end of your videos. We ain't finding no bankruptcy with that cracker. We seen how he did you. Girl, we seen what he did for you. We good. We straight. Take him down. Take him down. We good. We good. We straight. We are golden. We are good to go. Take him down, fat. I don't think the mass majority of us is going to be pulling up to see what the cracker got to say. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Okay? You can take him on down. We done watched him enough. Take him on down. How much he paying you to keep them videos at the end of your Instagram, girl? Get that cracker off your shit. He's annoying. And you too. Because if it's either him popping up or here you come, hey, oh, girl, Lord, Emerson, Tasha, get your crazy ass off of here. I didn't come over here to see you. I came over here to get the tea. For real, man, for real. Anyways, now that I got that out of the way, because I had to say that part out loud. That type of shit be going on in my head and I don't be saying nothing. I just happen to say it out loud today. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I must be on one. But at any rate, listen, this is the point. I want to go back to Rhianna in this video. Hold on. Let me go back to Rhianna in this video. They said take a nap. Girl, I took a good nap. I slept good last night. I slept real good. I actually have a lot of energy. I don't know. I'm just on one today. I don't know why. I just feel good. All right, let's get into it. Let me say this. I'm not looking at what was said. I'm looking at her reaction, how she looking at him. Even when the guy went to interview her, how it was kind of like, oh, snap. It was kind of like, oh, snap, somebody's here. Let me put on a fake smile. Look. Rhianna is a bitch, y'all. And she probably treat ASAP like a hoe. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why he over here always putting on man purses. Nope, not man purses. He wear women purses. That's why he always over here with a pair of good earrings. That's why he always over here with a bag. She another one sitting there with the vodka on the rocks. See, it's a lot of these hoes in the industry. She another one, vodka on the rocks. Remember you left me stuck at the Met Gala? Remember you left me down there? Get this crack off of here. Remember you left me down there at the Met Gala? Had me waiting? Blow his back in. Make him bleed. You gonna learn not to play with me. Pop him good. As she twirl her gin on the rock. She give me gin tea. No, she give me tequila. She give me tequila. As she stroll her tequila on the rocks. Watching this nigga go get his back blowed in. I'm telling you what I see. I'm telling you what I see. I'm telling you what I see. I don't know it to be true. I'm just telling y'all what I see. Okay? But anyway, Rhianna comes off as a bitch, y'all. She does. She comes off as a huge bitch. I hate that for A$AP Rocky, but I guess he loves it. So if he likes it, I love it. And Rhianna gonna have to go lay down now. She's gonna have to go lay down and leave A$AP alone. He done been bent over enough. No wonder he's skipping everywhere he go. No wonder he got an extra bop. You feel what I'm saying? Let that man live. Let that man live. Let that man... He got a little extra diddy bop. You feel what I'm saying? Come on now. Go lay now. Let's move on. Oh, speaking of, since we're here, let's do with Tasha and Cardi since we on Tasha K. Did we bring up Tasha K? No, we brought up her channel. But anyway, let's get into Tasha and Cardi, y'all. So Tasha and Cardi is going back to court. Did y'all know this? OM. Get the likes up. Tasha K and Cardi B are going back to court. We spoke about it yesterday. We also talked about yesterday that girl wanting to take Cardi back to court. And we're going to get into it or take Tasha back to court. This is what we talked about yesterday, and we're going to get into the update today. Whoo, yeah, court-wide, because Tasha is violating a court order according to Cardi B. Now, before we get into this, I said this last night. Cardi B said she said this before. She said that she's going to take everything from Tasha. She also said that she's going to make sure her kids can't go to college. And I must say, Cardi B is she's following what she said she was going to do. She's not letting up off of Tasha K's neck. Now, what they're saying is Tasha K is violating the court order, and the court order stated that Tasha is not only not supposed to talk about Cardi, but she's not only supposed to talk about Cardi, she can't talk about her baby daddy, Stephon, Offset, or anybody related to her. That is what the court people said. But as you can see, Tasha K reports on, she has reported on Offset, and also she reports on, what's this last boy? Stephon Diggs a lot as well. And because of that, now Cardi wants her ass. And Cardi has said before that when she come off tour, she was coming for Tasha ass. She had already said it, and we were just like, okay, whatever. Well, she's off a tour. Super Bowl is over. I think the next big thing she got is Essence Festival that we won't be at. But other than that, she's got nothing but time on her hands. And yesterday, this is what she said she was going to do. It says, after the $4 million defamation circus and filing for bankruptcy, you would think Tasha K would be walking on eggshells or at least keeping anything Cardi B related out of her mouth. But nope, here we go again. As previously reported, Tasha was hit with a $4 million judgment for defamation in 2022. They worked out a settlement where the debt was dropped to $1.2 million, provided Tasha paid her monthly payments and kept her mouth shut. Tasha reportedly started yapping again, specifically about Offset's alleged gambling and that scary shooting that landed him in the hospital. According to the new court docs obtained by TMZ, Cardi is now headed back to court, claiming Tasha violated the non-disparaging clause. Now, for those who don't speak lawyer, that basically means Tasha signed a hush agreement as part of her bankruptcy plan. She promised to not speak publicly about Cardi or her associates, specifically mentioning Offset and Stephon Diggs. Girl, I know you ain't signed that, Tasha. Now, since Tasha couldn't stick to the script, Cardi and her powerhouse attorney, Lisa Moore, are going after the full $4 million originally owed. Tasha, I know you ain't that crazy. I'm going to give you more credit than that. I know you didn't go down to no courthouse, sign no paperwork saying you was not going to talk about Offset and not going to talk about Stephon, and then went back to your YouTube. I know you ain't that. You can't be that crazy, Tasha. I'm gonna give you more credit and say you ain't that crazy. You can't be. You can't be. Yup, they say Stephon wasn't in the picture. There you go. But when it comes down to Offset, Tasha reported on Offset in the gambling. Even if we take Stephon off the table, Tasha reported on Offset's gambling. What I would ask Tasha is why? Why? You already lost. You already took the L, bruh. Publicly. The whole world saw you take the L. Why? This will be the only question I have. Why? I don't care if Tasha didn't graduate from 9th grade. I know people who didn't graduate out of middle school with more sense than this. Why? This is why I believe Cardi should win this. And this is why I believe Cardi should keep her foot on Tasha's neck. Because this doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. None of this makes sense. If you've already gone to court, you lost in the court, and then people say, don't talk about her or nobody associated with her, move around. That's what I would have did. It's so many other people that we could be josing about and dragging on the internet. You don't have to talk about Cardi. As a matter of fact, I would have took it as bet. Now I'm about to take my energy away and make your star power go down. That's what I would have said. But I can't for the life of me understand what goes through a person's mind when you sign a court order saying, I will not do this, and you leave right out of court and go do it. I don't understand. I really don't understand. And again, this is if she signed what they say she signed. According to this, they say Tasha signed a paperwork saying that she is never to speak on not only Cardi, but her associates. And guess what? A baby daddy is definitely an associate at the very, very least. A baby daddy is definitely associate. And even if she didn't count Stephon Diggs, she definitely reported on that other boy, Offset. It's not worth it to me. It's just not. And I don't know if this is about principle. I don't know what this is about. But whatever it's about, it's going to cost Tasha everything if she continues. And I don't think it's worth it. I don't think Cardi B herself is worth any of this. I just don't. I simply don't. And it's not an excuse if, oh, I don't run my social media. It don't matter. Your name on it. I just don't understand this. I don't even know if there's anything Tasha could tell me that make me be like, okay, I get it. You signed the paperwork saying I'm gonna leave the girl alone. Leave the fucking girl alone, bruh. And I hate saying that because I feel like I'm helping up for the bitch. I don't even like Cardi. As a matter of fact, I was low-key wishing you won the shit because it would help all the bloggers. You feel what I'm saying? But damn, man, leave this shit alone, bruh. It ain't this deep. Well, Cardi said she was coming after her, and now here we go. It says, here is the update on what she was taking her back to court for. So apparently, she wants to sanction her immediately. Let's get into it. It says, Cardi B accuses Tasha K of breaking court rules over 25 times and says she's using a post then delete strategy to keep making posts about her. Wants her sanctioned immediately. It says Cardi B is back in court accusing blogger Tasha K of continuing to violate their court agreement by allegedly posting shady content about her and then deleting it later. In new court documents, Cardi says Tasha knew exactly what she agreed to during the bankruptcy case. Cardi's team says the deal clearly banned Tasha from talking about Cardi, her family, or even making indirect posts that fans would connect back to her. Cardi also says Tasha cannot use deleting posts as an excuse. According to the filing, once the post goes up, the damage is already done and the money and attention have already been made. The rapper's lawyers are now asking the judge to punish Tasha for allegedly breaking the rules at least 25 times. They also want future fines if it keeps happening. Things got even messier when Cardi's team accused Tasha's lawyers of using fake court case in their legal argument. Damn. Cardi's lawyers called the citation hallucinated and are asking for sanctions over it. It says Cardi also claims Tasha had issues with late payments and missing paperwork in her bankruptcy case. You know, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was like, Cardi, you get on my nerves. But now she don't. If Tasha signed any paperwork that says, I will not speak about Cardi or anybody associated with her, that includes Stephon Diggs. So for her to then turn around and report on Stephon Diggs, whatever happens to Tasha, Tasha deserves it. Period, point blank. Anything that comes after this is just the same when we watched her wipe her ass with that cease and desist. Anything that comes after this, Tasha deserves it 1,010%. Period, point blank. Fines, jail, whatever it may be, it's warranted. I don't want nobody getting on the internet crying, talking about that girl bullying Tasha. No, she's not. Tasha definitely does post on her. And if you sign paperwork knowing good and well what you signed, for the life of me, you couldn't make me understand why you would do it. Somebody said as if she signed it. I'm pretty positive she signed it because they taking her back to court behind it. See, I can't go take you to court and say, hey, she signed something if she never signed it, if it doesn't exist. She definitely signed it. That's why they're going back to court. I don't know, man. It just sucks because I think what pisses me off, not even pisses me off, what bothers me about this situation is Tasha's potential, bro. Tasha will, I ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna say this. When I was coming up, before I created a YouTube channel and I was just a YouTubian and I was just watching this, I used to look at Tasha like the YouTube Wendy Williams. Not that she was as great as Wendy Williams, because she's not. But it was just the fact that she had that oomph. She had that thing. She had the it factor. She had whatever it was, she had it. Not only that, she had a way in with these celebrities to where even if they hated her, it gave us reason to want to watch her because there was a connection there. She had the thing, whatever it was. And then the Cardi B thing happened, and I believe ego took over everything, and then here we are. And I think that if Tasha don't fix this, she's going to ruin her own career. If she don't fix this, Cardi is not worth all. Cardi ain't worth half of this trouble. When Cardi sent me that first cease and desist video would have went down. That hoe could have called me and said, you need to go on there and say it's not true. I'd have came on here and said, girl, that wasn't true. She's not worth none of this. None of this. None of it. And that's why I don't understand Tasha's, like, what's going on in her head. If you scroll on Tasha K Instagram right now, you will see Stephon Diggs. Let me show y'all. If you scroll down Tasha K's, hold on. If you scroll down Tasha K's Instagram right now, check it out. She has stuff. Here you go. Look. If the court order says you can't talk about Cardi B or her associates, Stephon Diggs is a part of the associates. He's a part of the associates. I would not even report on this. It's so much news happening. I wouldn't even report on them. I don't know, man. Like I say, man, the GoFundMe was at 15K and the goal was 4 million. They only got 15K. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hope we're not seeing the beginning of the end for Tasha K. And Tasha K, if you on here, because I know you watch, if you on here, I ain't nobody. I only got, 50,000 subscribers, girl? I ain't nobody. Don't listen to me if you don't want to. But I'm telling you now, it's from the outside, from this side, looking in, it's looking real bad for you, Tasha, bro. It's looking real bad. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's looking real bad. It's from where I'm sitting, it looked like you might be going down real bad. So I don't know if, again, I ain't nobody. I'm just a young, I ain't young, but I'm just a small YouTube content creator. I don't have nowhere near the experience. So please, if you feel like telling me to shut up and mind my business, I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be mad if you said, girl, shut your ugly ass up. I wouldn't even be mad because honestly, I get it. But ultimately, like, girl, this sounds like the beginning of your end, fat. And I think we're already in the beginning of your end. And if you continue on this road, you're going to be right back down it. I'm telling you, man, you got to chill, bro. None of this shit work. None of this. You got to chill. You got to chill. You got to chill. I'm a Pisces too. Somebody said, Tasha, Pisces, she got this, she got that. Man, Pisces ain't got nothing to do with common sense. Being a zodiac sign ain't got nothing to do with common sense. You sign the paperwork saying, don't talk about the girl. Leave the fucking girl alone, man. Leave the fucking girl alone, bro. The white man done told you leave the girl alone. Leave alone. It's so much shit we could be out here dragging for. Leave alone. It ain't that deep. At any rate, y'all, if y'all want to keep Tasha in your prayers, keep her in your prayers. Do not clog up the prayer line. Do not clog up the prayer line. But if you would like to keep her in your prayers, then have at it, child. I don't know, man. I don't know. This ain't got nothing to do with 9th grade education. This ain't got nothing to do with Pisces or Aries or none of the signs. This is just common sense. That's all this is. Common sense. That's all it is. You ain't got to be a certain sign to have it. You just got to have it. Just common sense, you know? Yeah, it's a lot, man. Let's move on. Now I want to show y'all about this 360 deal because this is already at the podcast near you. But ultimately, you got to understand it. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because my little cousin is fighting between his 360 deal. Y'all know my little cousin. I got 2 little cousins in the industry. One is Chaotic, and one is, what's my other little cousin? Finesse 2 times. Now, we're not real blood cousins. These people don't know that I exist. However, in my head, in their energy tells me they're my little cousins. They throw it off. They got issues. They definitely my little cousins. You see what I'm saying? But they still nice people. They still decent people. You feel what I'm saying? So at any rate, my little cousin Finesse 2 times has been going through it through hell and high water because when he came out of prison, he signed to Jay Prince and them, junior and senior. And when he signed what we know to be a 360 deal. Now, in layman terms, what I believe to be a 360 deal is you sign to a nigga who signed to a nigga who signed to a nigga. And you be the last person that get the money. That's all I know. I don't have to read the definition. I don't have to read the intricate details of it. All I know is a 360 means I'm signed to somebody who signed to somebody, and I'm the last person get the money. If I even get anything from what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, 360 equals bend over. Thank you, Simeon. That's exactly what it means. 360 means bend over, okay? Now, remember the music industry has died. The music industry has died. There's no more major labels running around trying to sign people. Have y'all paid attention to that? Back when we was coming up, especially in the early 2000s, we had Arista, we had all these different labels that everybody was like, I'm signing this, I'm signing Def Jam, I'm signing this. Now you don't hear nothing about no labels. They're gone. They're done. It's over with. It's over with, right? So, okay, labels are gone and people think, okay, the 360 has gone. No, it hasn't. The 360 has moved to content. When you start seeing these bloggers coming up on the internet and they got all this production and they got all this background and a cameraman and the editor and all of this, very few of them are paying for this out of their pocket. The mass majority of these people are signing to deals. Remember we talked about Jim Jones? Remember when Jim Jones' landlord outed him to 50 Cent and called 50 Cent and said, not only could I get you or not only is this nigga behind on his rent, if you pay me what he owe me, I'll give you my half of his podcast. Put a 3 in the chat if y'all remember that. All that is basically what Jim Jones did was sign a lease, and in order to have the lease, they must have negotiated that the person would get a portion of his podcast. The podcast is the moneymaker. That's the baby. That's the gift. So whenever you sign something, and when you sign something, they take a portion of the gift, that's already a bad deal. That's all. Any deal. When you are creative and you create something and you go to sign a deal, let's say they want to give you $10 million, but the caveat is they want 30% of your gift. That's a bad deal. That is a horrible deal because people who create know that this is your baby. Your creative is your baby. It's something that came out of you, from your heart, from your brain, from whatever source you pull from to create this thing. And here comes somebody with paper dollars that's going to come up to you and say, oh, I can book. Just give me, I'll give you X amount of money. You just give me a portion of your stuff. That's a bad deal. That's a horribly bad deal. And now what I'm starting to find is a lot of podcasts are signing to those same 360 deals. Now, why is this important? Because we're going to get into Finesse. So Finesse came on here and spoke about his 360 deal. He had been crying about it. We've seen many, many videos about Finesse crying about this 360 deal. And he got into this deal like most black people coming out of jail or coming out the hood. This is what the people do. They catch poor, busted, and disgusted black people who ain't never seen money or nothing in their life. And what they do is dangle a few flashy things, a couple of dollars in front of them, and most people won't see nothing beyond what they dangle in front of them. So this is why you see most people getting signed, and they all on Instagram signing their paperwork, and it's like, oh, yeah. And then you see the person behind them gifting them a chain, and then they got the chain on, and they like, yup, I'm this. I'm 360 records for life. You feel what I'm saying? Not knowing that, number one, you're paying for everything that they gave you. And it's going to come out of the money that they collectively owe you. On top of you paying for it, you're signing away whatever gift it is that you have, that the Most High blessed you with. You're giving it away to a person for a monetary gain. A company, a person, it don't matter. You're literally giving this thing away for a monetary gain. And that monetary gain is very temporary because typically once you sign that paperwork, you will never, ever own it again. Black America, why is this important? Remember I told you it's like one big joke and everybody is in on it. What they know about us is who we are. We don't know who we are. They know exactly who we are. Even some of us know who we are. So what do? They catch us with our gifts and our talents, and then they dangle things in front of us that we absolutely need in order to get us to give away these gifts and talents so that they can live forever and ever off of your gifts and talents. This is why people will come and try to sign you to record labels. This is why people will come and try to sign you to podcast deals and all these other things. It's a way for them to live forever off of your gift and you to get pennies and crumbs during the time. That's all this is. And that's what the 360 deal is. That's what it has been, and that's what it always will be. They're not going to call it a 360 deal in the podcast world. All they're going to do is change the name, but it's going to be the exact same thing. They're just going to change the name, put it in the podcast world, and you're going to see a whole bunch of people. Ooh, I just signed with so-and-so. I got my podcast. They set me up with an interview with this person. They set me up with this. Yeah, they're going to set you up with all of that. Because what they understand is the whole purpose of this deal is for you to make pennies now and me to make millions for hundreds and hundreds of years. Rap, content, all of that stuff is called intellectual property. It belongs to you until you sell it. And when you sign these deals, all you're doing is selling it. Okay? Now, let's get into Finesse. It says Finesse has been on an emotional roller coaster for the past few weeks, crying and lashing out on everybody for being stuck in a bad deal. It says Finesse 2 times has been on an emotional roller coaster for the last few weeks, crying and ranting every day. He feels frustrated and stuck, saying his label won't invest in his career and he has no way out. He uploaded his contract to ChatGPT to find out he's on a 360 deal, meaning the label owns all his rights. He also claims Jay Prince advised him not to get a lawyer before he signed. That should have been a huge red flag. Let's get into Finesse. It's ironic his name is Finesse, huh? And he done got finessed.
What I'm saying, so no, man, just please, that's what I'm saying, please. That's what I'm saying, please. I'm telling you, please just walk out. Please just walk out. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get the saying that the motherfucker not gonna like. I'm telling you, I talk what I see. I talk what I see, dog. I talk what I see, bro. I can't help it, bro. I'm gonna get what I done seen. So no, man, just please don't.
I understand that frustration. When a motherfucker trying to make it seem like you crazy, I know what I'm looking at, and I'm saying what I'm looking at. Just because you don't see it, or just because you feel some type of way about my delivery, don't mean that I shouldn't be able to talk what I see. I understand that 1,000,000%. Nigga, because every day I come on this bitch, I talk what I see. I get that.
Look at me. Look at me.
Now this Suge Mama, we know he don't have a relationship with his mama, but here goes Suge Mama trying to comfort him about it.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna get through this. Like I tell you, it can't rain forever. It can't. And you're gonna be the brightest goddamn star it is. I know it's hard. I see it on you. But don't you give up. I got your back at the end. Another one got your back. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I know it's hard on you. I'm here, I promise you. I'm here. I know it's hard. But you got it. Look at me. Look at me, Ricky. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna get through this. Like I tell you, it can't rain.
Shout out to Suge's mama for being that comfort to him, because he ain't never had no mama. Well, I ain't gonna say he never had a mama. He had a mother physically there, but according to him, she was never this type of nurturing mother. He needs that. And I think that's what he love about Suge. Suge gives him a nurturing feeling, something that he didn't have growing up.
Decided to do ChatGPT. So it's my first time doing using ChatGPT. I never used this shit. Like everybody been encouraging me to try to use this shit, so I'm gonna try to use it for the first time. And especially if the artist had no proper legal advice. But this is not easy to win without a lawyer. So basically, Jay Prince, the old man, told me don't get a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, we ain't gonna even go there and fuck this shit. Advances and benefits could be used against you. They gave you cash, jewelry, truck, private plane, etc. Yeah, all that paid back will go along. That means they'll argue you already got paid, so you owe delivery. So walking away could trigger recoupment claims or even lawsuits.
Wow.
Assignment clause, another trap. Finally decided to do
Did y'all see what he said? So basically, what the label, he asked ChatGPT what kind of deal was he in and what would happen if he tried to get out of it. And ChatGPT broke it down. He put his contract in there and it broke it down and it said, hey, they gave you a car, they gave you money, all the stuff they give you when you sign. That's the stuff we were just talking about, right? But he said, I already paid that back, meaning he's already done enough work to cover all the things that they gave him when he signed. But what ChatGPT is telling him now is if he tried to take them to court, or if let's go back, if he tried to leave, then they'll catch him with the abandonment thing, and then that's going to screw him over. But if he tried to take it to court, they're going to say, we need to be recouped because you're not working and doing what we want you to do. This is the 360 deal. Yes, Cadillac Records was definitely the blueprint for the 360 deal. And there are a lot of people on YouTube, streaming world, and all these other people that are signing these very same deals, not knowing that it is that because they're not calling it a 360. The first red flag was that them telling him he don't need no lawyer. But again, he a dude coming out of prison, ain't never had no type of structure or nothing. He don't know. You know, he just doing what he need to do. But this is a slave deal, thank you, Sergeant King, that he signed to. What's bad about this deal? Here's the real talk. Label owns everything. Masters forever. I need y'all to take that in. Remember I told you the whole deal is to get you to sign away your gifts so that you can get the pennies today while they live and have your money and make money off of you forever and ever. Remember I said generation after generation? That's what masters are all about. So he will never, all of that work, all of them songs, all of the stuff that he's done, every time he opened his mouth, it belongs to Jay Prince and them and whoever else he signed to. It also says long-term lock with automatic extensions. Long-term lock sounds like he can't never get out of the damn deal. He's done. Automatic extensions meaning even if you find a way to where something expired, they can extend it in the contract. 360 deal, they touch all income. What does that mean? If he go and get in the booth, anything he does, he don't get the money. They get it first. They take their money out, and if they decide to give him pennies from what he did, then they'll give him the pennies that's left over. That's what this means. Because we got to break it down in layman terms. Expenses come out before artist gets paid. That means if he got a video shoot, a show, or anything that the label is heading, and he need videography, security, he need clothes, shoes, he need hoes for the videos, card, anything this nigga need, he's paying for it out of pocket. Meaning if let's say he got a video shoot and he's standing to make $1 million off of this one song from this video. Well, you're not going to make the million because everything that it cost you to make the video, we need to get that back. The label got to get that. Because we don't, we need that. We're going to take that money and we're going to give you what's left of that. This is bad. And listen, he's the first artist that's honest enough and real enough to come on here and show y'all what these artists be dealing with. Glorilla probably in the same thing. All these niggas be in these deals. It says labels has final say on almost everything. That means he don't get to say, he don't have a say so on shit. And it's hard to exit once distribution happens. What does that mean? The moment the first song hit the radio or the moment the first album is sold or put in the stores, you're done. You're done. The moment the first song is put in the airways or the moment the first album is put into the stores, you are done. It's a wrap. It's over with. This is horrible. This is what's in the YouTube. This is in the streamer world. This is all in the streamer world. I'm saying all that to say this, y'all. I'm saying all that to say this. Be mindful of what it is. These people coming to you. Oh, can you sign this? And not just with the 360 deals. Also, I don't like these advertising people coming on y'all YouTube channel saying, oh, can you just advertise this? Can you just advertise that? In my mind, bitch, you might be taking a little bit of my shit through that. I don't trust none of it. The only advertising you're going to see coming from me is Babe. Does that make sense? I'm not advertising for Walmart. I'm not advertising for none of these people. Because see, the way they write up contracts, you thinking, oh, I'm just signing so I could advertise and do some of their stuff out their store. Whole time you ready to go do what you need to do, and the contract come back and say, oh no, see, when you signed to let them ad, you gave them 5% of your YouTube channel. What? Yeah, I'm good. I'm straight. I don't want no ads from nobody. No, you can't pay me to come over. No. No. And I see a lot of YouTubers that are doing that. I'm here for it. But I'm telling y'all, make sure you know exactly what you're getting into. Make sure you know exactly what paperwork you signing. Because you're going to mess around and screw yourself over heavy. Yeah, Jay Prince been doing this for decades. He ain't the only one, baby. Listen, Diddy was only the figurehead. Diddy represented what all of these black record labels did. Listen, the reason why they put these black people in front of these record labels or allowed them to be in front is because they were still able to get them to do the same thing. They signed all them people to these whack ass deals. Suge Knight, yeah, all of them. Birdman, Suge Knight, Jay Prince, Diddy, Jay-Z, all of them. They all are one and the same. Every single one of them. It's ridiculous. But anyways, be mindful of that, streamers, content creators, because they're coming for y'all next. They're not going to call it a 360 deal. And they're not even going to say it's a deal. Some of them might even say some other stuff. It's a way to get you to not be up to date on the jargon so that they can take your stuff. Please be mindful of that. Yep, Murder Inc., another one. Murder Inc., yeah. All them black record labels we was looking up to, them people was over there doing the bidding of that white boy. Every single one of them. Oh, they definitely got Kai. They been got Kai. And I Show Speed. Pfft. I Show Speed and Kai, done. They been got them. Gone. Gone. It's a wrap. Hold on. Now I want to get to this last story before I get up off of here. The slave trade illusion. We got to get into this. Y'all know I just came from my family. I just went to Mississippi to clean up the cemetery. It was an amazing weekend I had last weekend. And I really hope that y'all can do y'all genealogy. That's why I tell y'all every day to do your genealogy, right? We have to understand that we were lied to about the narrative of slavery. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. Obviously, there were slaves. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, the way in which we were taught slavery happened is not what happened. Okay? Slavery was a status. I know the movies and the books portray us as all locked up in chains with chains around our neck, saying we shall overcome, getting tore up by horses. All of those things are psychological warfare put in your brain to make you afraid to move further. That's the witchcraft. That's why they add all of that to the movies. If y'all watch my Educational Friday, there's a segment in my intro where the man, Alex Haley, literally admits that he interweaved and made up he said a whole lot of it's made up from roots. This is what the man, Alex Haley, said, who wrote the story. He said, I thought maybe you were going to ask me if I were interweaving, or he said, I thought you were going to ask me if a whole lot of it's fact or a whole lot of it's fiction. He said, well, a whole lot of it is fiction. He also went on to say it had to be fiction because I wasn't there to tell you what really happened. This is what Alex Haley said. And this is the person that got y'all so scared and terrified of roots in slavery. He said it. He was sued and he was sued and sat down behind that shit. He said a whole lot of it's fiction. That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said. But most of us know everything we know about slavery through the Roots series. It's between Roots, school, and church. But the main vision that we got of slavery came through those movies. Not just Roots, all of these slave movies we watch. We find it as entertainment, not realizing the psychological warfare that we going under when we go in there and sit in this and watch this crap, not knowing what it is. Slavery was a status. I'm not saying that Black Americans weren't treated poorly. I'm not saying we weren't hung or beaten. That all happened, but not to the magnitude in which you believed it happened. It was all a scare tactic to get you to believe that you're below and beneath and you'll never rise up. And it worked flawlessly. It worked flawlessly. But now the truth is out. We're in the age of Aquarius. And what people are finding is that slavery narrative is not real. Yes, there were slaves. Yes, Black America built what we know now to be the United States. All of that happened. But the narrative in which we believe it is not real. It's all an illusion. It's all a lie. I need y'all to understand that. When you start doing your genealogy, your genealogy is going to debunk half of the things you were taught in school. It's going to debunk it because it's not real. Okay? And let me ask y'all, I always wondered this. To say so many Black Americans got hung during slavery, how is it that we don't know nobody who could be like, that was my uncle who got hung when the KKK came in, or that was my uncle who got burnt up in front of the church. Remember that? Why we don't never run across the descendants of these people? That's a whole other story. At any rate, I'm saying all that to say the slavery narrative was an illusion, and it is an illusion, and it's time for y'all to snap out of it and wake up. Yes, we were slaves. Yes, we had issues. Not all of us. A lot of us weren't slaves. A lot of us were not slaves. Some of us were. But even the ones of us who were slaves, it wasn't the way in which you thought it was, okay? Now, I want to get into this sister who I saw on Instagram who had a very good video about the slave trade illusion, and I want to share it with y'all. She says, the greatest narcissist spell on the collective nervous system is the idea that Africa is a place and not a people. It says you can't pinpoint Africa on the map because you know why. I'm sorry, because you know when You know, because when you want to know Africa, the first thing you have to realize is that you're always standing on it, the soul. Now, let me preface this before we get into it. When she speak about Africa, she's not talking about the geographic location, because this is going to go, the way she speak is going to go over a lot of people's heads. When she says Africa is here and you're standing on it, she's not talking about the continent. She's not talking about the geographic location. She's not even talking about the people. She's talking about the concept of Africa. Most Black Americans believe that the basis of civilization began in Africa. So when this sister is speaking and she's saying that you're standing in Africa, she's talking about what you believe to be the origin of life, right? So I get it. For some people, I probably would have worded it differently because I get some people wouldn't have caught that. But for those of us who can understand and discern, we get it. She's not talking about the real Africa. What she's saying is the people, the white boy told you that Africa was the origin, and it wasn't. It actually was you, and it was you right here on this land. Let's get into this, sister, y'all. Get the lights up. America is more Africa than Africa is, y'all. I want y'all to understand that the nations that exist over there on the geographic map were already in existence over here. The culture, the tribes, the people, the languages. When they said that they took people from there and brought them here during the transatlantic slave trade, what they are saying is that they swapped out the frequency of the people and they gave them a new name. Let me pause because I don't want y'all to go. I don't want to get too far. When she said they swapped out the frequency, the moment they got us to believe that Africa is the origin and we are the Johnny come latelys, that's the witchcraft. That's the swap. That's the slave trade. Does that make sense? It's not physical. We're speaking in a figurative form here. Because I think most of her video is speaking figuratively, not literally. Meaning she's not talking about, when she say a cup, she don't mean a real cup. She just means something that you drink from. Does that make sense? So it sounds like what she's saying is, and that's true, what you believe to be the origin was there. Even the Bible, some people will tell you out the Bible, that's Africa, that's Africa. That's the witchcraft. The real Africa is not there, or the origin of life and humanity is not in Africa. It is actually here in America, okay? On top of it being here in America, one thing she said, everything over there is a replica of what was already over here. France didn't become France in Europe until France was France in Louisiana. Rome wasn't Rome in Europe until Rome was out here in Georgia. Egypt wasn't Egypt in Africa until Egypt was out here in Memphis. Does that make sense? This is what she's trying to tell you. Don't get caught up on the words. Just listen to what she's saying, and it'll make sense if you have power of discernment. Because slavery didn't happen at the capacity that they tell us that it happened. Correct. Slavery was just a matter of them destiny swapping the languages of the people. Correct. To confuse them. That's why when you look at the state, the culture, there is no intercultural relationship between Africa and America. Africa uses America, just like Europeans, in order to grow. Yes. They mirror our language. They mirror our vernacular. They mirror, everything is a mirror. But America was the first home. So when people say that we have to get back to our homeland, we have to get back to the language, I want y'all to understand that English is not a foreign language. Hello? It was not English. How do you coin an entire language? Do you know how much intellect goes into building a language? And let me just say this. This is the preaching. They want us to believe that we came off of a boat, learned a new language, got new names, and learned how to tend some land that we never came from. That's what they want us to believe. But I asked Black America this. If English isn't our first, how are we so great at it? How are we better at it than anybody in the world? Get me up here. When it comes down to the English language, The most profound group of people at this language is Black America. This is why we are the most colorful when we speak. This is why we make the music that we make. This is why we can do poetry and literature the way that we do it. This is why we can create new words out of words that don't even exist, because it belongs to us. I get it. They told us that it's the Queen's English, some cracker over there in England. That's not true. That is not true. You are speaking your language. Now, has it grown and updated? Absolutely. You're not speaking it the way you spoke it 1,000 years ago. No. But the reason why this language comes so easy to you, Black America, because this is your first language. You're speaking it right now. And it ain't the proper way you were taught in school. It's them accents from where you come from. It's the retch around here. That is the correct way to speak the English language. Does that make sense? So you know how from New Orleans we say cold drink, and in Chicago y'all might say a pop? That's the correct language. That's the language. This English is your first language. The cracker is learning it for the first time. The Arab, the Asian, the Hispanic, all these other people are just learning it. This is why you can roll these words like nothing. This is why we are the best rappers, the best literature. We do the best literature. We are the best writers. We're the best poets. We're the best, all of that. Because this is who we are. This is our shit. We just allowed these white folks to come over here and say, oh, no. We gave that to y'all. That's a lie. If it was their shit, they would be more proficient at it than us. If this was a language that we had no clue of and we just learned 400 years ago, there's no way we would be this proficient at this language. If I moved right now to Mexico and I learned Spanish, and I had 6 generations of children, make me believe, tell me, I'll give you an example. I have 6 generations. I moved to Mexico. 6 generations go by. It's a 6th generation voodoo doll, right? 6th generation voodoo. She got a whole family. It's hundreds of voodoos out here. You mean to tell me that these hundreds of voodoos that came from me are going to speak better Spanish than the Mexicans who've been there for thousands of years? Use that thing right there. Let's put our thinking caps on. There's no way a Johnny-come-lately group of people can come in and outdo the people who have been speaking their native tongue for thousands of years. It doesn't exist. That doesn't happen nowhere else on the face of this earth. Only in Black America, and it's only happening because we fall for the witchcraft. English, as we know it, is our first language. You don't have no other language. I heard something about some Tutnese and all of that. Bullshit. Wherever you from, that is your first language. And them people been saying that shit for thousands upon thousands of years. I'm not saying we didn't speak other languages too, but what I'm telling you is the universal language is us. Remember when the cracker came over here and the Negro Peons came over here to trade with us, they had to learn how to speak to us. We didn't have to learn how to speak to them. Remember, we wasn't over there trading with them. They were coming over here to America to trade with us. So think about it logically. Would we have to learn their language or would they have to learn ours? Common sense. That's all it is. If they come in to sell to us, would we have to learn their language or would they have to learn ours? That's all you got to ask yourself. The people who you're giving credit to for that have only been here 6,000 years. Not even that. If that. Not even all that. Of the land masses that you look at in the Bible, Jerusalem, Isis, Rael, Israel, all of that existed here before it was over there. Y'all better recheck your history somewhere. America, Amuraka, is the land of the original pyramids and the original copper people. Facts. That red tint that is in the skin, that is a genotype. Yes. That's why at every chance they get, they try to study it. That's why they need us sick so that we can go into the medical field or we can go and get medicine so that they can rewrite the script of those genetics. Hello? Because that is them. Anytime they extract blood or do any type of test or do any type of surgery, They're extracting an element of our genetics so they can study it because they're trying to merge themselves with it. Yep. There you go. That's how valuable your skin and your genetics and your mind is. This isn't about who belongs where, because even the geographical map that they're showing us, bullshit. Entertainment purposes only, y'all. America is more Africa than Africa. Shout out to this sister. If you could get past her using the word Africa and listen to what she's saying, she's 1,000% right. Even with the hospitals, I told y'all, the foreigners coming over here because they want to experiment on the gods. They know who we are. We don't know who we are. They know exactly who we are. We know who we are. When you look at the oldest genetics, the genetics that's found in the world, it comes to a man in South Carolina. The African is the Johnny come lately. Did y'all know that? Black America, you are the original man. You come before everybody. I know that sounds asinine because you've been told you've always been last. No. You were the first human beings on this earth. You are the ones who went around and taught others how to civilize themselves, brush their teeth, sit at a table, eat with your shoulders up, put clothes on, wash your ass. It was you, Black America, who did that. Even today, you still the cleanest and you the most proper right now. This sister is 1,000,000,000% on key when you got to understand that you've been tricked, okay? The witchcraft is simply for you to believe. All the witchcraft dictates is that you believe that you are Johnny come lately and that you are a slave. The moment you believe you came from Africa and that you're a Johnny come lately and this is not your home, you have already succumbed to the witchcraft. Now, you don't got to listen to me. I employ everybody to do their own research. But if you're researching from places that already confirm what you already know, then you're not researching it. This information is out there like 90 going west for everybody to grab. All you got to do is just go look for it. Like in America, we spoke all different languages. We spoke a whole bunch of stuff. But the universal language in America that we spoke was the English language. This is why I can go to California and they might call something else and I knew exactly what they're talking about. This is why I can go to like I said, to Chicago and they say, I want a pop. And I don't have to say, girl, what is a pop? I know exactly. I might say it to be funny, but I know exactly what it is. Because the English and the language that we use today is something that we've been using for thousands upon thousands of years. Yes, we use other languages, but those other languages were not the main language amongst the island. The main language amongst the island was this English, this AAVE, or this hood shit that we speak right now. That was the original language on Turtle Island, aka America. Okay, remember, if you want to snap out of the witchcraft, you just got to put you in front and put them behind you. I don't care what it is. Whenever you want to snap out of the witchcraft, all you got to do is put them behind you and you in front. Just Lou said, I never heard we spoke French. Stay right there. Stay right there. I'm about to show you. You never heard us speak French? Stay right there. See, I just so happen to be from the place where the people still speak French.
Sure. So how did you learn how to speak Creole French?
J'ai commencé à parler en français quand j'avais 5 ans. Ma grand-mère Alphonsine Sénégal et ma tante Rita Pilet adopted me. I began speaking French at the age of 5 years old. I was the English speaker and they were the French speakers. So j'avais pu connaître comment to live avec eux. I had to learn how to live with them.
How was life like back in the day for you?
C'était bien. It was good. C'était bon.
On t'ai planté coton. Tu connais ça, il fait le coton? Hein? J'ai planté coton, ouais, on t'ai pioché lui. On t'ai pioché le coton. Tu comprends ça?
See, I just happen to be from a place where the Creoles speak fluent French. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, in Louisiana, in New Orleans, where I'm from, one of the languages, or one of the, you know how every school offers Spanish? Well, most of the schools in America back then in Louisiana offered French. France in Europe is a Johnny come lately. The real France was in Louisiana. Just thought I'd help. You know what I'm saying? Just thought I'd help. Them crackers that y'all see in Europe speaking French, them the Johnny come latelys. They not, It's them niggas, them black people down there in Louisiana. Them black Creoles. Those are the original French as you know it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yup. Somebody said I fell asleep in French class and still picked it up because it's it's in your nature. It's in your nature. I'm telling you. Y'all gotta fall out of the witchcraft, bro. Fall out of the witchcraft. Hold on. Let me read a couple of more of these super chats before I hop up off here. Lord, we've been on here over 3 hours. This is ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. Archive T says, I was on tour. I've read that one. Thank you so much again, Archive T. I appreciate you. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss nobody as I keep going. And I read yours, baby. Thank you so much for this super chat. I appreciate you. I am DJ Sweet. I read that one. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all in the building. Hold on, let me make sure I ain't missing none of these super chats. Baby, I think I read that one. Yeah, I read that one. What I do believe is some of us shared our recipes, customs, and cultures with those colonizers when they came over. Yes, you're absolutely right, and we talked about that. Hold on. Crystal in 1533 says, thank you for the super chat. Says, I will never step inside of a hospital again. I read that one. Thank you so much again, Crystal. I appreciate you. So we should be on this one. I read yours too, Miss Deborah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I read that one. Thank you, baby, for the super chat. Says, Vu, I saw Sing making ceramics and cook. I saw Sing make ceramics and cook. I don't have a business, but can these skills benefit my family when this happens? What skills should we work toward? Yes, all of those skills can benefit your family, and they can benefit them now. I don't think we need to wait until then. See, now is the time for the Most High is calling on his creatives to really step up into the front and to really be be prosperous. I'm sorry. So I don't think we need to wait until. I don't like playing catch up. If I were you, I would start on any of those things that you have right now. Start figuring out how to turn those passions into profit. That's what I would do. Everybody different. That's just me. I wouldn't wait until it's time to go crazy. I just started on it right now. Thank you, baby. Leisha, thank you so much for the super chat. Lachey, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I'm working on getting my kids and I out of Seattle. We need to leave the city and I need a yard to do what I'm spiritually called to do. There you go. You know, I don't like Vegas for that reason. They don't have no trees and no grass. It's so odd out there. You do what you got to do, sister. I'm here for it. Thank you, boo. Hey, it's Trey. Thank you for the super chat. Says, if they let our people lead, we figured out a way to fly that bitch with water. Did y'all see the FBA who found a clean way to run AI? We are the answer. No, I didn't find that, but I know I saw the black dude, the FBA guy, who found a way to run who found a way to run vehicles off of plastic gasoline. We are the answer. We are. Man, listen. We gonna catch up one day. Thank you, boo. What you cooking? Thank you for the super chat. Says, they were so stubborn when Takeoff first passed when everyone wanted them to stick together. Now look, we're uninterested. I love you. Facts. We don't. Takeoff ain't in the group. We don't care. At least for me. I'm gonna say for me. If Takeoff ain't in, I always look forward to Takeoff versus more than anybody in that group. And if Takeoff ain't on it, I don't give a damn. Say what I said. Thank you, what you cooking. And Goldilocks, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, Boo, you remember all the plane crashes last year? Yes. Then the mess with TSA, layoffs, and now Spirit. They're trying to stop us from traveling. Absolutely. They want to put a bottle on where you can go, what you can do, and how you can do it. Absolutely. Thank you, Boo. I appreciate it. Kay Bryant, thank you so much for the super chat. Kira Bryant, I'm sorry. Thank you for being a member for 16 months. Says, I live up north, and a mom in Philly was caught stealing money for her son prom. Ha! Vu, this woman had a camel and everything. Shake my head. What I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all these people are competing against each other and using the kids to do it? I hope they get that whole life in prison just for being that stupid. You want to steal to send your son to a prom? I hope they get that whole life. Say what I said. Thank you, Kira. Lady of Class 767, thank you for the super chat, says, Vu, one time this lady said she was going to struggle to send her daughter to college. Yes, she had her daughter in fake nails, weave, and lashes, $1,000. That's a payment right there. Facts. But you know what? People do what they want to do. People do what they want to do. She ain't got to struggle. Just tell her get a student loan. She ain't got to struggle. Tell her come like the rest of us and tell her apply for her student loan and her financial aid. Okay? Thank you, Lady of Class. Simply Monique 85, thank you for the super chat, says, not to mention these prom tickets be about $300. For real? Good thing my students fundraised and set the price at $160. It's ridiculous. What? Girl, my prom ticket was $20 back then. What? Oh, my God. All this to go to the prom. Everything is about money. She is true. Thank you for being a member for 6 months. Says, hey, Voodoo, my son Jay got out of school early for bad weather, but he said, hey, and how's your day going? Tell him my day is going well, and I'm sorry that I'm pretty sure he's happy he got out of school. And tell my nephew I said, I'm good, and I'm so happy he asked about me, and I hope he do well, and I know he's going to do well, okay? Tell my nephew I said that. Thank you, she is true. Will, hey, my beautiful baby. Thank you so much for being a member for 12 months. Says, love you down, and you know I love you back. Stop acting crazy. You already know. Stop acting crazy. I love you back, boo. Thank you so much. Lady of Class 767, thank you for the super chat. Says, stop inviting folks into our culture. Facts. I just wish we can get up on a bullhorn and say it to the ones in the bike. I'm with you, my love. Thank you. And baby, thank you for the super chat. Says, we know food companies want to kill us, but trust news stations. Facts. That's like believing reality TV is real. That's like believing reality TV is real. How do you act when cameras come around? They hypnotize us, then we hypnotize each other. Fendi. Facts. Fendi. Thank you so much for putting that out there. Thank you, Miss Blanco, for the super chat. I appreciate you. And Jay New Orleans, thank you for gifting 10 memberships. If anybody received them, make sure y'all thank Jay New Orleans for being so generous. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a member for 4 months. Says, I just woke up from a nap, so I had to drop a membership on your lap. Love you. Thank you. I love you back. Thank you so much, Jay New Orleans. Love you more than anything. Thank you, boo. And the Gold Mine Effect, thank you for the super chat, says, my sister and I took French. We're from Cali and our mom is from Louisiana. There you go. Was drawn to the language and history in America and Canada versions of France because the original version is right where your mama come from, the Gold Mine Effect, right here in Louisiana. The original France was Louisiana. With that being said, let me hop up off here. I love y'all. We had 3.5 hours. This is too long. I love y'all. I said I thought I ain't have enough to talk about. Turns out I got too much. I've been running my mouth, hooping and hollering. Let me get up off here and do love and hip hop. I'll catch y'all later. Make sure y'all take care of yourselves and each other. And also, if I've ever done anything to you or for you, don't pay me back. Just pay it forward. I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Also for your boy, fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wow, 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 lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.